Live from the Bill House Studios, we know how. It's Ben and Woods, 97.3, The Fan. Coming out of the gate strong today, Paulie. Good morning, everybody. It is Ben and Woods, minus the Benny. Benny is in Oregon, is in Bandon Dunes right now on his golf trip and having the time of his life, apparently. I'm Woodsy. Paul Reindel's our executive producer. Good morning, Paulie.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, buddy. Just me and you today, except for a sweet, special little guest that is already on the line. He texted us this morning. I was hoping he would. We didn't want to bother him. Good morning, Benjamin. How are you, bud?
Good morning. My goodness, this place is amazing. My God.
Is it? Is it really? What about it?
It is everything. I mean, everything. Whatever they say, I mean, multiply it by like 100. You get here and it is just the most incredible place you've ever seen. I mean, it's in the middle of nowhere. And then you just drive in and all of a sudden it's just golf courses and clubhouses and the most amazing practice range and area I have ever seen in my life. Played our first course yesterday at Bandon Trails. Every hole is perhaps like the most spectacular looking golf hole that you played in your life. It is unbelievable. Met our caddy. His name's Griffin. He's staying with us for the whole trip. Cool guy. Like works here every single day, knows the ins and outs of the courses, gives you lots of great advice. We walked around our first round. It's pretty amazing.
I've never played with a caddy before, and because I'm terrible, and I know there are places that you should and you have to and whatever. What is already spinning me out is that you're going to undertip him. So if you get his Venmo, get it to me and I'll send him a little extra for the effort because I'm very nervous. You're going to be like, here's $30. And I'm going to be like, I'm so sorry. You're representing Ben and Woods right now.
Yeah, and if you don't feel comfortable with that, Benny, just whatever you're going to tip him, go ahead and double it because it won't be enough.
I understand that you feel that way, and you probably would be accurate, except Scotty, my friend who I'm with, is like you would. He's an older tipper, and he's a double bagger. So he has both of our bags, one on each shoulder.
Wow.
Caddies for both of us. So I've got to tip at least as much as he does, or I look bad. So.
Okay, good. How was the food?
Food was good. Had a nice piece of trout last night. It was delicious. I mean,
you did.
You gotta have something good for the energy, with all the walking you're doing.
Yeah.
Protein. You're always telling me to eat more protein. I went with the fish last night.
Good for you.
It was outstanding.
Okay, so how did the golf go yesterday?
I played probably my worst round in this decade. I shot a 95, which is for a 6 handicap. I was hoping to break 80, didn't even break 90.
95, you suck.
I know.
Jeez. Paulie was.
Now, I would say, hey, you know what? We drove all the way down first round.
Yep.
The nerves
travel
out,
day.
Tough course. Yep. And I'd like to blame it all on that. Scotty shot a 76.
Oh my.
I've got some work to do.
Oh my
to make back
God!
Today. I'm already down big after one round.
Now, did he play out of his mind, or did you just play like ass?
Oh no, he hit every green on the front nine. He was just locked in.
Damn.
I mean, Caddy was looking at him like he's got one great player and one absolute turd for the round. So
there's no worse feeling, man. There's absolutely no worse feeling. None.
Like you and me shoot 95 on normal courses, and Ben usually breaks 80, and we're like, he hates us right now.
Oh, it's the worst playing with us. Oh, I'm so sorry, dude. All right,
how's the weather? Is it was it windy, conditions, or?
It was windy. It was breezy, but not bad. I mean,
Scotty shot a 76. So
San Diego is what they call it yesterday when it's not that breezy and the sun's out. So it was pretty nice yesterday.
Dude, I'm so happy for you. But listen, you've had a couple of rounds in a row that haven't been ideal. I think it's the mentals. I mean, you're basically Tatis.
It's the irons. I got off the tee okay. I can't hit my irons right now.
It's like I told you.
Work on a couple of things at the range this morning before a round. We're playing Pacific Dunes at 9:00, so we're heading out to breakfast and then the range.
It's like I told you. Ben Higgins joins us here on Ben and Woods this morning. It's like I told you yesterday. Thank you. Nice. It's like I told you yesterday. Your irons are always there. One of the best iron players I've ever played with. So you have to know that today. Know that nobody hits irons like I do. For real. Like you flush I've seen you flush 2 irons, 220. Like I've seen it. So it's in the bag. you've got it in the bag. Yeah, man, you're going to miss some putts. You're going to miss some chips, whatever. But like tee to fairway and fairway to green, there's nobody better, dude. So you got to just remember that. Keep it in your head. You'll be fine. I spent about 45 minutes with a mental skills parenting / coaching coach yesterday. So I'm feeling quite empowered to tell you, Ben, don't put any extra pressure on yourself. You know you can hit irons. Like, you know you can. You've done it 1,000 times, and you will. You will today, period. That's it.
Well, thank you for the pep talk, Coach. Can you do the same for the Padres offense?
I'm going to try.
The same thing. You've been able to hit. You've always been able to hit.
Yeah.
You're going to be able to figure it out. We've seen you hit home runs.
Yeah.
We've seen you hit lots of good things. Can you go ahead and tell them the same thing you just told me?
I'm going to tell Stammen the exact same thing, to convey the message because, last night did not destroy me at all. I watched it.
After the round. It's on ESPN, so you can't avoid it out here. TVs are tuned to ESPN.
It was at the end of the day, it was a good game, and you're in it, right, with the chance to win it at the end, and that's really, for me. I was in a pretty good mental space about it. After it ended, I went, it's a bummer. I missed some opportunities. I really wasn't.
I wouldn't have used a chip if I had 10 chips to use, but I was pretty pissed, and I would have been probably pretty close because anytime, I don't care what the situation is, anytime your starting pitcher goes 6 and gives up 1 hit.
Kinger's a G, dude.
And doesn't even qualify. Like, you lose that game, I'm never happy after that.
It was brutal. It's a waste. Yeah, we've wasted a couple of good King starts, but don't waste your vacation, Ben, by talking to Paulie and I. What are you going to have for breakfast?
We're going to the lodge. They have a buffet out. So I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to do the eggs and bacon thing or if I want to do the more yogurt, oatmeal, smoothie thing to prepare myself for the day.
So normally I would say to you, oatmeal, smoothie, get prepared, fuel up. But the game hasn't been at its peak. So I would say let it rip. Like at least you'll have a good, satisfying kind of cheaty meal.
Fuel up, yeah.
Get some eggs, cinnamon. No, see, I would go cinnamon roll, eggs, bacon. I'd go nuts because the game's not. You have to play like John Daly did. Well, all right. What would John Daly do? What would he have? That's what I want you to.
He just have a cigarette and a Diet Coke,
vodka.
Yeah, and the cigarette tucked inside of a cinnamon roll. So that's what I would do. I would go the John Daly route and see if it works for you. But don't worry about your irons. They'll be there. They'll be there in 20 minutes when you get on the range. They always are. So don't sweat it. Have a blast. We love you. And, text us more pictures.
Have a good weekend, boys. Tier ones. You have a good weekend. I will see you when I get back on Tuesday morning.
Sounds good, pal.
Yeah, Benny.
All right.
That's Benny. He was posting pictures yesterday. He really
all guests appear on the David P. Shapiro hotline.
Oh, yeah. He was a guest.
It was brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com.
Ben and Woods is brought to you by David P. Shapiro. Ben Higgins appeared on our SDCCU fan hotline, of course.
Right.
All guests on Ben and Woods appear on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking, it's better.
It's very smooth when Ben's gone, certainly. But yeah, Benny is in Bandon Dunes. Now, he did post a picture yesterday of him out at Bandon Dunes. It made me very happy because he was grinning from ear to ear. And there he is. There's the big guy. He's on the range, and he's got his bag, and he has a very, very awkward pose with his golf club. And if you zoom in, yep, there he is. And there's that. There it is. That's there in all its glory.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Guy's smuggling a torpedo sandwich to the club, maybe. What is he doing?
That go all the way down to his kneecap?
I swear to God, that's insane. It's absolutely insane. Well, all right.
Must be nice.
Guy is just absolutely, yeah. He's got a Jersey Mike's sub tucked down the front of his pants, apparently.
Like, no wonder the guy's got back issues.
Yeah, for real. He has a hard time walking.
Yeah.
We get it. Man, look at
you
him.
walk around with a kettlebell between your legs.
Yeah, you try
all day long.
You see how it goes.
Tell me how that.
So yeah, there he is. He's St. Christopher says he looks like every golf tourist ever. Yeah, 100%. He absolutely could be.
That's the most stereotypical golfer pose.
Yeah. He looks very happy. I mean, he texted us this morning. He walked 20,000 steps. yesterday. He said that will be by far the lowest total of the day or of the trip, 20,000. So I wanted to take this opportunity to thank you to Caitlin for shouting out all of the moms in our world, right? All of our moms, tier 1 moms, and all of our moms. My wife, certainly, huge Mother's Day planned for us. I don't know how much I'm allowed to share other than tomorrow is a huge day in our IVF journey, and it's a massive day. And so we'll be doing that. And then Sunday, Hannah will be recovering, and I'll be hanging out, just kind of waiting on her hand and foot, and which is absolutely what she deserves. So shout out to my wife. You're an incredible mother. Hopefully you get the chance to be a mother again. And I love you very much. And I'm very, very blown away by you. And to all the moms out there, my mom, Marcia, talked to my mom this morning driving in. Love you so much. The sweetest lady you'll ever meet. Obviously had to be to put up with me. I respect my parents every day, Paulie, a little bit more because of the children that I deal with on a daily basis. And I just know how hard it is. And my mom was a single mom for a time, and I know yours was as well. And there's not too much you can say about a single mom, man. That it's just, I think about it all the time. If something happened and I had to raise these boys by myself, how many doctor's appointments they'd miss, how many dentist appointments they'd miss, like, I love baseball. Do you think I would remember how and where to sign my children up for Little League?
Right.
They'd be like, Dad, what? Oh, everyone's playing already. I'd be like, oh, I must have missed the signups. I mean,
like, hey, did you even bother to get us uniforms?
Right. The business in my house that my wife handles with no problem is so staggering. And my mom was the same way. Never missed a deadline, never missed a doctor's appointment, always sacrificed for us. So I love you, Mom. I love you, babe. And I'm just blown away by all the single moms out there.
I don't have kids, and I still have been able to at least get an idea of just how difficult it is. And, I've talked about it in the past, but I was a real turd to my mom, like in high school.
Me too,
at my
man.
teenager years.
Me too.
I was a jerk.
Dude, straight up.
And it's literally like I've told my mom, like I've apologized, and I know she doesn't hold it against me or anything. And I know she just texted me. She's listening right now. So happy Mother's Day to you, Mom. But I was such a turd to her, and I grew up and matured and looked back at my life, and I was just like, that's probably one of my biggest regrets. You know what I mean? Like, it was so unnecessary, and she didn't it must have been so difficult to raise me.
It's hard.
By herself, and I think she did a good job.
Yeah, she did a great job, Paulie. You're a kind, empathetic person, and our kids can be challenging at times, and when they pop off to their mom, that's not my favorite thing, and that's something that we've been really working on. And I was the exact same way. I popped off a lot and was very disrespectful at times. And, I hate that. I hate that is even in her memory, but tried to the last, 20, 30 years, try to figure it out and be a little bit better. But I'm just blown away by all the moms and the things that they continue to do on a daily basis. And
superhuman strength.
Yeah. Yeah. So, babe, happy Mother's Day to you. Mom, happy Mother's Day to you. My mother-in-law, Susie, happy Mother's Day to you. You guys are my three rocks, certainly. And they love me a lot, man. They really do, all three of them, and put up with a lot of my stuff. So shout out to all the Madres.
We got a lot of moms in the listening audience.
Oh, yeah.
I know a lot of tier 1 moms. My mother-in-law, those count. Mother-in-law, Marianne.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Mother's Day.
100%. Your mother-in-law is awesome, dude.
It's crazy though, man. Like, even when you don't have kids, like at our house, we got just a couple of dogs, me and the wife. My wife has so many maternal qualities, even without having children, where it's just like she holds that house together. You know what I mean?
For sure.
If she disappears,
she's maternal to you.
That place falls to the ground.
Yeah. Hannah's never been super maternal to me. And I think there was a time when I wanted her to be. And then when we had kids, I'm like, oh no, don't worry about me. Be maternal to them. And she is, and she's wonderful, man. And every morning I leave her to deal with those two right when they wake up. And it's funny, man, because we've had the argument before where I'm like, Yeah, but I get them at night, and I pick them up from school, and we tag team this thing. She's like, dummy. When they come out of school, they're elated. I'm taking
get them at their
I'm taking
best.
them to school, moron. Like the worst thing of their lives.
You might as well be taking them to the doctor's
Might
office
as well.
every morning.
She's like, you get them when they run out, daddy, and I'm like, what's she bitching about, dude? This is great, right?
Oh my god,
and all that. So like, she obviously has the harder road in our house. So a lot of gratitude this morning to all the moms.
Also, I'm looking in over at the chat, and I just saw a few comments talking about moms that are no longer with us. And my heart goes out to all of you out there as well, because these weekends aren't easy for people that have
lost
parents, or maybe tried to become a mother and they've had troubles with that. Like, there's a lot of things going on in the world where you're just like, man, everyone's posting about Happy Mother's Day or Happy Father's Day or whatever, and Merry Christmas. Like, anytime those holidays come around, it can be really tough on a lot of people. So we're thinking about you guys as well.
Shout out to all of you guys. If you're feeling good, or if you're feeling sad and you miss your mom, totally there with you guys. We'll try to make you laugh today as best we can here on Ben and Woods, because that's what we do. Yeah, the baseball game. Oh, no. Ben, that is like the least funny thing. You cannot laugh at anybody in
Ben
pain.
would be like, well, it's Mother's Day and they're not here anymore. So, we should be celebrating the moms that are still here.
100. Ben. Guy hates anything sentimental.
Yeah. Oh,
it's funny. There was this trip that he's on.
Mm-hmm.
I was originally supposed to go on it with my dad, and then I realized, it's during Mother's Day weekend, and that's not going to fly in my house at all. There is less than a 1% chance that I would have been able to go on this trip. And as soon as he said, yeah, it's booked, but it's for Mother's Day, I go,
yeah, have fun.
Not in my house. There's absolutely no chance. There is no chance that's going to happen. So you have fun, Benny, and we'll be here, and I'll be celebrating my wife and my mother and mother-in-law. But yeah, just shout out to all you guys. As we said, the baseball did not really go our way last night. I'm remarkably calm about it. I got an email from our buddy. We went to fantasy camp. Paulie, do you remember a guy named Bart at fantasy camp?
Yeah.
Bart Jacobs?
Yeah.
Freaking great dude, man. Great dude. But I wake up to an email this morning to my personal email. The subject is play a token. All right, first of all, Bart, it's a chip. We call it a chip here. He says, play a token tomorrow. What a piece of S game. Another lefty with a 4.5 ERA shuts us down. Way to get picked off in the first, Xander. That was a rally killer. Way to get caught stealing, Nando. It's mandatory. We give up a home run to Nate Burleson every effing series. What is Pod's ranking this year as the most irritating team? They have to be top 2. Ugh. And I read it this morning and I laughed because
Bart, few things.
Yeah.
Xander scored our only run.
Yep.
Toddy was safe.
And
it's Alec Burleson, not Nate Burleson.
Right.
That's a former wide receiver.
That's right. So I just I didn't, like, I know you're going to lose games here and there. A 2-1 game when we're in it there in the 9th inning. I'm okay with it, man. I don't know. I wasn't furious. I would like the offense to pick it up, and I'm going to ask Craig Stammen about it later. I don't know what the comp would be for a pitcher. I really don't, Paulie. Like, what, he was a pitcher. It would be like, Craig, if you literally couldn't land a fastball for like a year and a half,
right?
What would you do? Right? Because our team has struggled offensively for like a year and a half, 2 years, like, what would you do? So I know, man, listen, guys were out of position last night. It came back to bite them really, I'd say for the first time this year. I have no problem with it. I have no problem trying to mix things up and get the offense going. Everybody this morning's got the benefit of 2020 hindsight. I'm going to ask him about that. Michael King, in my opinion, probably should have stayed in another inning. He was cruising and wanted to. And I think, listen, Bradley was okay. Like, a little bit of hard contact. One kind of flared in. Cassidy tried for it, made a decent attempt. And, we'll talk about all that today. But
that's one of those ones that hurts where we talked about it when they first moved to Tease over. We're like, hey, look, until it backfires, I got to at least see what it looks like.
And
yesterday was the first one where you go, Toddy probably makes that catch.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too disappointed.
And I heard after the game, Stammen's reasoning was they wanted Casty's bat in the lineup.
It's too early.
They were trying to score some runs, and they wanted his bat in the lineup. And to that, I can't. That's why they did that. So asked and answered, I guess.
Bro, what's funny is that the first time Mike Schilt ever got furious with me was when I asked him about doing the opposite. And Profar's bat came up in the ninth after he had put Bryce Johnson in left way too early, right? It was
like the seventh
inning in Chicago, I think. And it comes back around, and Jurickson Profar's spot comes up, and he was one of the hottest hitters at the time. And I asked him, what's the logic there? And he flipped his wig. I don't think Craig's going to flip his wig today. We'll find out. We'll be talking to him at 8:35. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll set the menu for you guys. And I get it, man. We could do this. And it's been, I can't remember the last time we took a phone call. It's got to have been 6 months.
Are you insane?
I know. Paulie, how bad could it be?
We haven't taken a phone call in probably.
It's been 6 months.
I was going to say 4 to 6 months.
It's been 6 months. But listen, I don't
know that we've taken one in 2026.
I don't think we have. I want to be known as the show that is open and here for the fans.
Yeah.
So if you want to call in, 833-288-0973. That's our phone number. You want to talk Padres? Great. You can do it. Now, if it sucks, it's going to be short. We're just going to keep it short. All right. But if it's good, we'll keep rolling. All right.
Ooh, Rod with the $2 super chat in our YouTube says, shout out to Fanatics for Paul's dope ass hoodie.
Thank
you, Fanatics. Thank you very much.
I still never got
I cannot wait to debut this at Petco Park tonight.
I still have they left me out completely. Joe Dreams got one. Pimp Lord got one. DSG got one up in San Francisco.
Ben and Paul.
Jim Russell get one out in Philly.
I don't know.
I mean, Kaplan, everybody. LA Scotty got one. Cool, man. Be back. It's Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. Enjoy it. He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please
just
don't.
a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Offers off the table, Paulie. Nobody really called in. We did get a DM from Dexter. He said, "Hey, give a shout out to all of the moms whose husbands are in the military." Yeah, 100%.
Oh, that's got to be tough.
That's got to be tough. Yeah, no, I'm talking about all moms here. Love you all, and moms are my demo. At this point in my life, kind of always were, to be honest, Paulie. Even in my youth. Kind of my favorite demo, I think. I don't know where that stems from, but it's true. That's weird.
Yeah,
Yeah. Your mom doing okay?
she is. Told you she texted me during that segment, like right before we even brought up any of the moms. She's just being a good mom. Said, "Good morning, sweetheart. Enjoy the show today. Have fun watching you this morning." Said, on the way to the hospital, which you see that when you're not expecting it. Thought, oh my God, I'm gonna have to leave the show here. Heading to the hospital for my colonoscopy, second one in my lifetime. Had a very rough 12 hours, but it's all over. Have fun on the show today.
Yeah, and she's gonna.
This is the right show for those tidbit of information.
This is like a colonoscopy infomercial
Yeah.
most of the time.
Exactly.
Here on Ben and Woods, this most days, and
Go get checked out.
and then get that Jersey Mike's in you after, and it'll be the best sandwich that you've ever had. Let's do some Padres talk, Polly. I wasn't super upset. No, let's set the menu first. Want to let everybody know Darren Smith is going to be joining us at 7:35 this morning. Had to be a pretty excruciating one for him last week. The loss or the draw to LAFC that felt like a loss. Certainly, team is having a hard time figuring out. They have not won in many weeks. And I know he's probably frustrated, has a lot of passion for that team. And we will also talk some Padres baseball with D. Smith as well. Had a pretty cool thing that he did.
Darren, yeah, I talked to Darren yesterday on the phone for a little bit, and he told me.
Did he hear us all shouting him out on the round table? Because everybody was like, oh, I love D. Smith.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know if he did hear that. We'll have to ask him here in about an hour. But he was telling me that he had just posted a video where he went down to TJ.
Yeah.
And was checking out a Toros game. And he did a one-on-one interview with, just brace yourself,
Just
everybody.
relax. Everyone chill out. He's removed.
Justin Turner.
Big Red, dude, down
Former
there.
Dodgers third baseman,
Yeah.
Justin Turner.
Who's playing down
He's
there.
playing for the Toros. He's living in San Diego right now.
That's so great.
And he's driving to TJ every night for work. And he wants to stay in the game. Keeps him involved. He said it's outstanding. I said, I've never been to a Toros game. It's on my list. I really want to get down there. He goes, dude, it is so much fun. He goes, I know we are so infatuated with the United States ballpark experience, but it's just different going down there. The smell of tamales everywhere, cheap beer, it's the music, it's so much fun. And I watched most of that interview he had with JT, and I go, when I was talking to Darren, I go, look, Justin Turner, I was like, I hated him. Because he torched us.
He was brutal to us.
He torched us. As soon as he went to Seattle and Toronto and wherever else, I was like,
Boston or something.
Boston.
Yeah.
I was like, Justin Turner seems like a pretty good guy.
Pretty good guy.
Like,
Cubs.
He's just he's a ball player,
He's a
man.
ball player.
Everybody seemed to like him.
There's something about the old ball player that can't let go. And it's like, look, it's tough to watch the old ball player that can't let go at the big league level. You're like, bro, man, you got to hang it up, dude. But when it comes to like, no, man, I'm down playing in TJ for beer money, essentially, and having fun and just playing baseball. I like that, man. There's something romantic about it to me.
Yeah.
And I like that he wants to stay in the game so badly that he's willing to do that and go down there and teach those young kids,
Darren
about
was telling me there's a lot of big league connections still with the Toros, just them. Like Daniel Camarena's down there right now. Like we all remember him. There's a few other guys that had some MLB experience and yeah, they're just, another year in the sun right now for them.
I love it, man.
And it was really interesting. It was fun to hear.
I think it's cool, and it just goes to show you how infectious this game is, man, and how hard it is to let go. It's just so difficult. Some of the guys that I know that I'm friends with that have played in the minor leagues, they got up to double, AAA, didn't actually make the show, Paulie. Still, I mean, the way they talk about it is just like. It's just there's something so romantic about the game of baseball. That's what I'm trying to pass along, that love to my kids. I still play. You played. I love it. I love the game. I want to be able to play it for the rest of my life. So I kind of get where JT's coming from, playing at a high level his entire career, and is like, I'm not ready to let it go yet. So that's cool. Good. Looking forward to talking to D. Smith. We'll have the skipper of the San Diego Padres on 8:35, Craig Stammen. Have been working up questions in my mind. I'm trying to needle him a little bit. I want to make him angry a little. Does that make sense? I don't think my wife would disagree, but I don't think I can make every person angry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My wife is like, yeah, probably if you did the normal things that you do, you probably could piss him off. I'm like, I don't think he cares if I chew with my mouth open, and breathe loudly, which are the things that make you mad. But I think there are some valid questions that need to be asked, of Craig Stammen right now. Namely, what is wrong with this offense, man? How do you look at this offense on a nightly basis? And you can't be satisfied with what you're seeing out there on a nightly basis. It's 3 hits last night, and the stat that I read that blew my mind this season, starting pitchers have thrown 18 quality starts in 37 games against the San Diego Padres. Are they killers? Are they killers? Are they ready to kill and maim the opposing starting pitchers? And I've said it before. Of course, I'm not an idiot. I'm going to give you a pass for Paul Skeens. I'm going to give you a pass for Tarek Skubal on opening day. Of course, I understand you're running up against some of the best in the game, but it's not those guys that are the ones I'm worried about. It's the Matthew Liberators who averages 3 Ks, a game, and he punches out 6 or 7 last night. He had good stuff to me, but nothing crazy for these guys. When they're firing on all cylinders.
You can't just come in and tip your cap and say, hey, he had good stuff every single morning, because everybody's got good stuff.
Everybody's got
leagues.
Good stuff.
Every pitcher is good. Even the worst pitcher statistically in professional baseball has it in him somewhere where he can get anybody out on any given moment. You know what I mean? Like anybody at any certain at bat. So when you're the hitter, you're already at such a disadvantage in general, but it's like, hey man, eventually your hitters have to be better than their pitchers.
Bro, I think about 3 swings last night that were all check swing contact. One worked, the other 2 didn't. Oops. I like that. To me doesn't scream we're an offense that's firing on all cylinders. And I have the utmost respect for hitting and how difficult it is, and I have the utmost respect for pitching and how gnarly it is. And I do. You guys know, if you've listened to us for any amount of time, that I do. But this is not a 2-week problem. This isn't, hey, I'm in a bit of a slump here. This has been a thing here in San Diego.
This isn't an overreaction to a couple of losses.
I'm not even overreacting.
Like
I'm not even overreacting to the loss. I went to bed last night with a smile on my face. Like, that was a damn good ball game. Yeah. And we missed a couple of opportunities. We ran ourselves out of a couple of opportunities, one of which I didn't mind at all, one of which really can't happen. But obviously Xander gets a pass for being picked off, because we're nowhere without Xander Bogaerts. So guys are going to have little brain farts. He did. You don't bench him for that. You don't bench Toddy for trying to steal a base to get in a scoring position when you're down a run. That's the guy I want doing it. Doesn't always work, man.
Arguably safe. Depending on which angle you saw.
No question.
And then the other thing is, I'm not trying to make excuses at all. Team's really banged up. Now, I've been extremely satisfied pretty much up to this point with the depth on the big league roster. Like, you've had enough guys that are able to move around to different positions and seemingly keep the ball moving in the right direction when guys are getting hurt. But now that Campy, that we haven't talked about that yet. All the moves that were made yesterday before the game, Campy to the IL. They transferred Joe to the 60-day IL, which I believe is just like a procedural, not precautionary, procedural. It's just an administrative thing. It doesn't have any indication that Joe's never going to pitch again. They just had to move him. And so then they brought up Rodolfo Duran. Like, I don't know that anybody was expecting to see Rodolfo Duran in a Padres uniform in May, but here we are. And
yeah, no question.
Campy, that's a huge bat now that you're out for the next 10 days
at
least.
We can talk about Rodolfo Duran, certainly. I want to talk to Craig about that, too, because I think it's different when you're calling up a relief pitcher, right, to make his big league debut. I think it's different when you're calling up an outfielder to make his big league debut. The catching position, bro,
it's a big one.
It's a huge one, and he's going out, and it's pretty quick, and he's catching Michael King, and Michael King had some kind words to say about him, a little backhanded compliment, I think, from Michael King after the game last night. He said something to the effect of, I was shocked, but not surprised. I'm like, well, that doesn't really make sense. He did. He had a really good outing last night. Looks pretty comfortable back there. Hit one on the screws, just didn't get it up and out. But yeah, he looks good. Threw a guy out as well. So fantastic. Fun to watch. It's always cool seeing a guy that's grinded for 20. He's been in the minors. He's 28 years old. And to keep grinding, never quit. What a great lesson for all of us, and really cool story for him. And He's going to get some PT now, man. He's going to be there and will be backing up Freddie Fermin, who will probably be in the lineup tonight. And then at 9:20 this morning, we'll be joined by our pal Clark Farrenholt, because Clark writes for Mad Friars. He also does a podcast with our pal Ryan Cohen. And Clark is he's got it, right? He's got the thing. He knows the ins and outs of the Padres minor league system. He knows the ins and outs of their metrics, what they look like, what they project to be. Clark will also, he can tell us, hey, man, these are going to be people that other teams are going to be calling about at the deadline, because it's going to be a busy one here in San Diego, as it always is. So I think Clark is so valuable in that respect, because he knows so many of these cats. And there's guys that we haven't heard of. There's guys I want to ask him about, because I do feel it's strange. I haven't felt this in a while. We just saw Rodolfo Duran come up. I do feel that there's some guys, like if something happened and so-and-so pulled a hammy, like, okay, Jace Bowen, is he ready? He just hit another home run last night, his 8th home run. Yeah. Like, is he...
Who's maybe the next guy that we don't really have their name at the front of our mind? Like, who's the next guy that's going to be making an appearance in a Padres uniform?
Yeah, and obviously we'll talk about Ethan Salas and what he's been doing right now. And if that's a consideration down the road, which is crazy to think about, but it could absolutely happen. So let's check traffic. We'll come back to our Padres crap up, unfortunately, on a Friday.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
In San Diego, the 805 northbound sluggish between the 94 and the 15. The 94 westbound slow getting onto the 805 northbound. The 15 northbound and southbound clear between the 5 and the 8.
This report is brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Summer driving season's almost here. Stop by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. They'll check your tires, lights, and essential fluids with any oil change. Stay in your car. No appointment needed. Visit SoCal Oil Change for coupons. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Your 15-minute drive-through oil change.
It's a shame if they lose.
You got a problem.
How did things play out in yesterday's game?
Supremely stupid.
It's time for the Padres
crap up
with Ben and Woods. Brought to you by Hamul Casino Resort. Hey, player, here's something to cheer you up. The rooftop pool's open, day passes are available, and the spa is calling your name. Hamul Casino Resort, the player's place.
We'll give it 16 minutes of salt, and then we'll, get back on the pump and figure it out.
This game has got to come to an end.
1-2. Bogart's kind of a check swing, looper into right field. That's going to get down at a base hit. Walker plays it on a hop. His throw goes to third. Machado comes in to score, and thank you very much. It's 1-0 first inning. And he launches one to right field. Castellanos back to watch, and it's going to go. A line drive, home run to right field, and Burleson with his 6th of the year. First hit of the night for the Cardinals, and it'll tie the game 1-1. And that changeup did not go where Michael King wanted it. King ready. Here's the pitch. Swung on, popped up behind third base. Machado onto the outfield grass. Laureano coming in. Laureano will call him off, and down to a knee. Ramon Laureano makes the catch to end the inning. No runs, no hits. Weatherholt left at second base. No balls and a strike to pitch. And Wynn lines it off the end of the bat the other way. Castellanos in and over towards the line. Slides forward, can't get to it. It bounces and rolls behind him. Cardinals going to take the lead. Walker into score. Wynn is speeding towards third base, and he will stand there with an RBI triple. St. Louis ahead for the first time tonight. It's 2-1. 2-1 to Manning. Here's the pitch. Machado swings, bangs it on the ground to short. Wynn collects it. He'll throw to first in time. And the Cardinals hang on for a 2-1 victory here in Game 1 of this 4-game series. A Michael King, Matthew Liberatore pitchers duel goes to St. Louis. And what a game here tonight to start off this 4-game series.
It's if you get some offense early, got a little bit of a cushion. But, they didn't have a cushion either at the end of the game. So we scored in the first, which is a win. Xander getting picked off maybe killed a little bit of momentum we had in the first, but that stuff happens. We just got to, figure a way to build those same kind of bats that we built with 2 outs there in that first inning, and we just weren't able to do it.
It's been kind of the common theme for Craig Stammen this week when speaking to the media. Hey, we need to build on that. We need to attack him more. When he was talking about Trevor McDonald the other day, put some good ABs. Is there a letting off of the gas with the San Diego Padres offensively? Maybe. Are they just missing their pitches to hit? Yeah, I think there's some of that too. But that seems to be the theme is not being able to put together kind of complete at bats for any long length of time. I didn't get the sense watching last night, Paulie, and I don't know if you did. I didn't see them like, oh, we're good. We got a run in the first.
Right.
We're fine. Like I didn't get that sense. I didn't
feel like they let
I didn't
up.
see guys giving him away ABs. I didn't see
Michael King was pitching his ass off.
He sure did.
He was pitching like it was a 1-run game.
Yeah, he really did. And of course he was, as Kevin Acey says in his piece this morning, he was displeased, which is, that's kind of what you want. But he goes, look, at the end of the day, trying to keep my team in a game. I think I did that.
Mm-hmm.
They again had talked about previously, before the game, we're going to lighten the load on Michael King tonight, coming off of the nerve damage injury last year. And so they, again, allegedly before the game decided, hey, we're going to keep him around X number of pitches. Well, he cruised to that number. Really. I mean, he was outstanding last night.
Finished with 86 pitches.
86 pitches.
6 innings.
And they thought, okay, clean inning for Bradgley. It didn't work out. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And you've got your good pen ready to go. Wandy pitched in and out of some trouble, certainly, but did get out of it unscathed. I kind of thought when he got out of that, that we would win the game. Jason Adam was not as crisp and sharp as he usually is. And he labored. And they hit about 7 foul home runs off of him too. And I just kept waiting for the inevitable to happen. I'm like, he's going to hang one at any second, and they're going to yak one out.
That rarely happens. Gavin Sheets did it just the other day where he hit one. I mean, he hit a missile down the line, and it was just foul. And then the very next pitch, he straightened it out just a little to hit it into the bay up there in San Francisco. But yeah, I was right there with you. I was waiting for. I was like, oh, these are not. Oh, this is not going to end well.
These are healthy swings off of our beloved Jason Adam. Very healthy swings. They're seeing it well tonight, and they got out of it, man. They got out of it, and got into the last inning with a chance to win. And I know it sounds defeatist or whatever, but like for me, 2-1 ball game. Like bummed that the offense didn't show up. Hindsight being 2020, Craig definitely takes Castellanos out and moves Song to second there in the 7th.
Yep.
I understand his logic and his reasoning behind it. By not wanting to do it too early, needing Cassie's bat in the lineup, because that's a guy he has been hitting the ball a little bit as of late, and you want to give him a shot to do that. And I thought Cassie made a valiant effort for it. He's not Fernando Tatis Jr., who probably catches that ball standing up. He doesn't have the breakaway speed. He doesn't have the athleticism that Fernando Tatis Jr. does. Bummed. Thought Toddy turned a good double play late in the game. I thought, hey, look, he
looks fine at second base.
He's acquitted himself very well there.
It's just more. Is the team better with him at second base or out in right field and having Song or Cronenworth there?
Right.
Obviously you'd rather have probably Song or Cronenworth there, but they wanted to keep Cassie's bat in the lineup.
Yep, just in case it came around to him and you needed a big hit or a guy that has some pop, a little bit of pop at least.
Numbers aren't there, but don't you feel like Cassie's at least going to give you a decent at bat?
I do.
More often than not.
I do.
He's had some turd at bats, but who in the lineup hasn't?
Yeah, I do. I think, it's hard for me to look at a 2-1 game and blame someone. I love the effort from Cassie. He wanted to catch that ball for sure. But it sucks. Yeah, it sucks to lose a game to the Cards 2-1. I totally understand all of us sitting on our couch going, wait, why is Kinger done? Why is he done? He was cruising. But, clean innings for your relievers. Bradgley has been fantastic this year. You keep giving him opportunities. Again, I think that's the right formula in my mind, Paulie, but I just would like to score more runs. I think, everyone's beating a dead horse. I think Kevin, even in his piece this morning, essentially started it by saying, we can't do this. We cannot talk about the offense stuck in purgatory. We can't do it every day. We have to take one day off. If you want a glimpse of how poorly the offense performed once again in last night's 2-1 loss, you can read my game story here. In that story, I focus on circumstances surrounding Mason Wynn's game-winning hit. What if Fernando is in right field? But then he pivots to Michael King, and what a great performance that Kinger had last night. And that's the Michael King that we love to see, right? Yeah. One bad pitch. You can't be losing these starts, though.
Solo home runs shouldn't
kill you. And for me, with Pivetta out and Musgrove out for Nobody knows how long these guys are coming back. Michael King starts are the ones you got to find a way to win because that guy is your ace, period.
Especially when he's locked in like that.
Yep. And
Yeah.
you got to find a way to win those. So, yeah, it's the offense right now that is my biggest concern. Relievers are going to give up runs from time to time. Relievers are going to get hard. They're not going to have their best stuff from time to time. But the offense, man, you guys are the ones out there night in, night out. Manny's got to get it going, man. Manny does. These are the guys at the top that have got to carry this team. So, yeah, I mean, we've beaten this dead horse like crazy. I'm going to ask Craig, like, what is being done? What do you guys see as the light at the end of the tunnel? You saw it make its way on social media yesterday. Toddy, Manny, Souza, way early, out in the cage, animated discussions. Manny to Toddy. Toddy doing a lot of listening, it said. Just kind of trying to get in the groove. And they talked about it on the ESPN broadcast last night. If you tallied it up, it was probably an hour of conversation about Fernando Tatis Jr. They asked Stammen about it on the in game. He's like, whatever. They asked Todd Frazier about it. I like Todd Frazier a lot, and I like what he had to say about Fernando Tatis Jr. We can talk about that. Don't Do This coming up later in the show. We got a bunch of good stuff. We are going to do Take on Woods today as well. We've got a little different way that we're going to do it, but we'll be back. Darren Smith coming up at 7:35 as well. We are Ben and Woods. It's 97.3 The Fan. Welcome back, Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. We are down a man today. Benjamin is in Bandon Dunes. Is that a place or is that just a golf course? He's at Bandon Dunes.
I don't know what actual city it's part of.
Is it in Bandon, Oregon or something? I have no idea. But
on the Oregon coast.
But he is very, very excited. We talked to him in the open. In case you're just now tuning in, want to go back and listen. He's not playing very well.
Bandon, Oregon.
No, he's not playing very well. I think he was a little nervous, but he'll be fine. And he gets to play 5 of the top 18 courses in the country in the next few days. So he is as giddy as I've ever seen him. I've known him a long time, and yesterday when he was on the Zoom or whatever from the hotel, I mean, the grin, you couldn't get it off of his face.
I know.
And I'm excited for him, man. I'm real stoked that he gets to do that. But Paulie and I'll be holding it down here. Got a good show, man. Darren Smith coming up at 7:35. Craig Stammen, 8:35. Clark Farrenholt coming in at 9:20. We'll talk some Padres prospects. So a lot of Padres talk today, certainly. I had a lot of Padres talk last night at home. And it's great, man, because my 8-year-old has always enjoyed watching baseball. And now my 5-year-old is getting way into it as well. And it's fun. They're way into baseball cards, is their dad, not so much their mom. And their Uncle Paulie is into baseball cards. But, man, Taylor's starting to climb up in the bed, get cuddled up, and start to watch the game. He's starting to learn the players. And he's starting to give his own analysis. And he was giving some analysis during the game last night. All right, buddy. Why don't you steal home again?
Because if you don't know that a guy that's hitting is going to hit it, then you don't steal home, because at home you might get out, and it's bad. You won't be winning 2-0. In baseball.
Right. Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah,
right?
I follow that logic.
So
you don't know if the guy's going to hit it or not.
Yeah.
And you might get out.
So don't steal home, because the guy might not hit it. But if it's a steal, straight steal home, Taylor, he's not going to swing. Right? So he's not going to hit it.
Right.
But it does make sense. Like, don't do something stupid leading off a third, trying to steal home. Maybe the guy hits a line drive back to the pitcher. You get doubled off. He hits a line drive anywhere, a pop fly. You get doubled off, and then you won't be winning 2-1.
You don't steal home, because at home you might get out.
Right.
Duh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you shouldn't swing because you might miss.
Right.
Don't run because you might get hurt.
You might get out. So again, the analysis is as good as his old man's. I give him that right now.
How does he feel about bunting?
Listen, we have those conversations in my home. I think he knows how I feel about bunting. My kids do. My kids now bunt when I'm throwing them BP, Paulie. They bunt just to make me mad. It's so funny. But listen, we'll get there, right? We don't need it right now. I'm not employing the bunt in a lot of minor B games right now, because winning is not allegedly the most important thing. It's the development and having fun. Fun is a word. Fun is a word I'm having a hard time with as a coach. Because for me, baseball is fun.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm on a baseball field, I'm having fun. And that includes whether I'm getting my ass chewed out by a coach. If I'm on a field, I'm having fun. So that's how I'm trying to frame it in my mind, of like, I'm having fun. I had a great conversation yesterday right after the show with a guy I wanted to turn all you guys on to. His name is Tony Manoladas. And I talked to him for about 45 minutes. And he is a mental skills coach. He is basically a coach's coach. Does that make sense? Like, he's
coach for coaches.
Coach for coaches. He's experienced this with his children. So he's been through the battles, so to speak. And he and I, we had, like I said, a pretty spirited 45 to 50-minute conversation about the fun, keeping the fun. And it's all you hear these days is, oh, man, too many coaches are taking the fun out of baseball. And I kind of challenged him on it a little bit and was like, all right, Tony, practically, like everyone says, oh, just keep the fun in practice. Okay, no problem. I can do that.
I'm not hanging out at many little league fields,
Right.
but I see my friends posting Instagram videos and photos of their kids. It looks like kids have never had more fun playing baseball.
That's kind of how I feel too. And I feel like once you're on the field, all right, it's time to have fun. Yeah, you're going to get coached a little bit, but I'm looking for practical solutions. And he is doing actually a webinar May 27th, 7 to 8:30. You can find him on social media. Tony Manilatos. I'll spell it. M-A-N. I'm going to butcher it. Hang on. I'll just find it and then I'll read it properly. Here he is. At Tony, Tony, Maniolatos. It's May 27th, 7 to 8:30. It's $35. And you can go register and listen to ways to keep it fun. What to do with your kid if he had a bad game, right? They always say, I mean, he's written some beautiful articles about the car ride home, right? Because the car ride home, every dad has that urge to be like, what's your problem, dude? What happened on that tag play, right? You know what I mean? Every dad. It's just in our nature. But instead, how do we help them flush it by us not bringing it up? It was a really great convo, and I really appreciated his time. And I'm really committed to, being a better coach and I think ultimately a dad. I think that helps tremendously. I didn't have a good practice the other day, dude. I didn't. I chewed these kids out pretty good. And I'll wear it. I'll absolutely wear it, but I want to get better. So fun is a word we keep hearing. How do you keep it fun while also coaching them up and doing the best that you can, right? I think about my coaches, Paulie. Think about your coaches when you were little, right? I mean, I had some idiot coaches. I had coaches that had no idea what they were doing coaching baseball. I didn't like those coaches. I liked the mean ones. I liked the ones that were tough and made me do extra drills and instilled in me to go out and work my tail off. You don't want to play right field, pal? Work your ass off. You're tired of hitting 10th? Work your ass off. Those are the coaches that I liked, but things have changed, man. They've changed, So
yeah, and it's just it would be so tough for me differentiating like how to coach the different ages. You know what I mean? Because coaching high school different than coaching 12-year-olds, different than coaching 8-year-olds, and different than coaching 5-year-olds. Like that's just an always evolving game for you as the coach.
I love it so much, and I just want to be great at it, man. It's the pressure. Yeah, this is coach says part of the story is the pressure. Some kids you got to take the pressure off. Others you have to light a fire under their butt. That's the sweet spot, is trying to find out which one we do it to. So that's I just wanted to give him a shout out, man. He gave me a lot of time yesterday, and he's a really quality dude. And I will definitely be on that webinar looking to improve, and I'll ask Craig Stammen. Maybe Craig, do you want to jump on there? Are you keeping the game fun for these guys? Such a different level that these cats operate at, right? Such a different level.
A little bit.
It is a business. It is a job. It is a gig. Many of them love the game of baseball, of course. But once you get to the big leagues, I wonder how much fun it actually is. It's probably really fun when you're winning. When you're the Chicago Cubs right now, they showed a video of PCA dancing in the clubhouse last night. Time of his life. Of his life. And so when you're winning, everything's more fun. You're more loose. But, man, when things get tight, you drop 3 or 4, you drop 4 or 5. It's kind of hard to smile and have fun going to the ballpark. When you're one of those teams that's 50 games out in August, are you stoked to get out of bed? And I know we all sit and listen and go, yeah, man, I deliver water for a living. I'd be real stoked to go to a ballpark and play a kid's game. I get that. I totally do. But when you're looking around and guys you came up with, they're all in playoff races and they're fighting for a World Series ring, and you're like, we are 60 games out. Our organization is in the crapper. We play the Reds today. It doesn't matter. It's 117 degrees. I'm over it. So you can kind of get it, man. You kind of get it. But, I'm excited to talk to the skipper today. Here's what I do know about him. He will be he'll be very even-keeled, and he will not get mad at me. And I don't think I can make him mad.
Yeah. It's like what we were talking about with the defensive issue with Casty in the 7th there. We heard, I can pull it up and we can listen to his answer again, but you and I heard it before the show, and he's just like, he explained it very simply where you're like, all right, I probably would have still wanted to make that defensive change, but I can't really argue with you here. It's over. You explained why, and now we move on.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, man. The Cubs are they're playing such electric baseball. Bill said, yeah, they're playing lights out right now. Yeah, you want to get some of those vibes going here in San Diego, and I think they've got the team to do it. We do keep waiting for the guys at the top to really carry a game or two, even, just carry a game or two. Just show up, Manny, show up, Toddy, and carry this team like you're capable of doing. And listen, it's not for a lack of effort. We all know they're putting in the effort. It's just not working right now. So we'll talk to Kreger about that today as well. But
you can have a platinum glover or gold glover at every spot, but like when you have to move Fernando in, I'm assuming because of the lefty, like it does leave you vulnerable to that. I mean, how much does that go into considering like where you're going to play guys?
Not a ton, honestly. Like, we're trying to score runs, and you want to play offense. You want to play offense early and get ahead, and then you can put your defense in late is kind of, the way I look at it. You just can't have both at all times. And, right now we're just not scoring a ton of runs. So I feel like get as many good bats in there as we can with a good matchup and see if we can outscore the other team a little earlier, but we're not able to do that tonight.
No Sheetsy late in the game either, right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no Sheetsy late in the game either. I think that's, something you could talk
trying to get
about.
offense. That seems like a guy that would be an offensive move.
I totally get not having him in there against
Liberatore.
Liberatore. Yeah. How about the Cardinals closer, by the way? Saw somebody last night call him Miller Lite. And I thought to myself, oh yeah, like I think that bullpen.
Was it Riley O'Brien?
Riley O'Brien. Bro. I'm looking at his stuff. I mean, he's got 11 saves with a 2 ERA right now. He's pretty good. And then the guy before him as well. Like, the bullpen for the Cardinals seems to be a strength. Now, they used their top-end guys last night to grab that 2-1 victory. Padres did not go to Morejon. They did not go to Miller last night, so Morejon and Miller are available. I'm assuming Jason Adam is probably good to go again. Maybe they'll keep him down. Bradley's probably okay again, but you've got the top end of your bullpen ready to go chase a win today. So I think that's important. We will take a break. We will come back. We will do Don't Do This. And as I was just talking about Little League, and I went on a Little League rant yesterday morning, I texted the video to all my parents in Little League and said, well, apologize to your children because it happens in the big leagues too. Also, I want to talk about this Dalton rushing puff piece that our beloved Katie Wu wrote for The Athletic.
Oh, no.
The misunderstood Dalton rushing bit that is everywhere on social media. Right now, we'll talk about that.
We're going to have to give Katie Wu a Don't Do This?
Oh, yeah. Katie Wu's getting a Don't Do This today. We'll be right back. It's Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open. Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool.
Don't Do This brought to you by Dixie Line Lumber and Home Centers, helping San Diego homeowners and contractors fix it, build it, and
enjoy it.
There you go. Look at that. I slide into his, you slide into mine. Paul, that sounded weird. I slide into his spot, you slide into my spot. I'll get us started and finished, I guess, on Don't Do This today.
Please.
I yesterday, talked about the practice I have with my little leaguers. They're making the same mistakes over and over. They're not knowing when to tag guys. They're not knowing what a force is. They're not tagging up from bases. But this play has happened to us. This play has happened to us many, many times. And I was loud. I was loud. I was vociferous in my criticism yesterday of 2 days ago of my 8-year-old. It's frustrating.
Monster.
Then yesterday I start getting tagged in the video over and over and over on Twitter. And I go, why do I care what Tyler Stevenson and the Reds did? Well, then I listened to the audio. Watch the video.
Right now, 1-1.
Bounce to third, handled by Hayes. Hit the bag. It's a tag at the plate. He's got a tag. Save.
Oh, no.
And then out signaled at third. The run comes in.
No.
Hayes hit the bag, and Stevenson didn't realize there was no force at the plate. He stepped on the plate thinking he could force out Ian Hack, but he scores because it was a tag play.
So bases loaded, sharp ground ball to third, like at the bag, fields it,
boom, steps on it,
steps on the bag,
boom, tag.
Not a force.
So what we literally worked on in practice that day with our first baseman in practice was we'd have Bo was at short, and his buddy was at first. Then I'd hit it to first, say step on the bag, throw it down to second, but you have to yell tag.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
It's a good practice. So we did it. We got it down. But holy cow, you guys, that is Tyler Stevenson. The play is right in front of him. Now, I don't know that Ke'Bryan Hayes yelled tag because, well, you're in the big leagues. I don't know that you still do the tag. But the only thing I can think of is that he was screened and never saw him touch the bag. And if he didn't see him touch the bag, it's a force play.
The runner broke on contact, so maybe he was in his line of sight. Yeah.
But Tyler Stevenson, I mean, it's a little league move. It cannot happen. Cubs went on to win that game, and that run certainly helped. I can't imagine that's a mistake that Tyler Stevenson has made in 15 years. It would be my guess, 15 to 20 years. That is one of those fundamental things that is, hey, man, it's really hard to remember when you're 8. Really hard. Shouldn't be so hard to remember when you're at the big leagues.
Yeah.
But, Katie Wu, it was time. You knew it was a matter of time when she took the beat reporter job for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And we love Katie Wu.
We gave her a lifetime exemption.
We did, and I'm not taking that back. But as I saw yesterday, listen, I also appreciate her job where I need to write stories that people are going to read for The Athletic. That's my job. So she decided to profile one Dalton Rushing, who has gotten off to a really hot, he did get off to a really hot start. I think he hit like 7 homers and 12 at bats or something, some torrid pace. He's since cooled off. But the Dalton Rushing story that everybody knows is he keeps getting caught on video saying dumb stuff, like calling people fat and, being kind of a loser about stuff. And we've said this about the Dodgers before, Paulie. Why is this team so afraid to embrace the villain role? Yankee fans of the 90s were like, we don't care. We don't care. The Dodgers are like, no, you have to no, we're really good guys. Yeah, we spend a lot of money, and we get all kinds of special treatment and exemptions from big league baseball, but you have to also like us too.
I'm not a big Dave Roberts fan.
Right.
I'm just not. I know he was from here and he coached.
I'm with you.
I'm just not. He's become very dislikable as the manager of the Dodgers. When he, at the end of last year, did the whole, hey, let's really break baseball.
Yeah.
Everybody got super mad at that.
Yep.
I actually wasn't that mad. I kind of, that was embracing the villain
That's being
role.
the villain.
And finally, something other than, hey, nobody thought we'd get here.
Right.
Nobody thought we would make it this far. Because everyone thought you would make it that far.
Yeah, and it would have been ridiculous if you didn't, But Dalton Rushing came out yesterday in this piece and was talking to Katie and said, guys have started giving me a label of villain. That's just me competing at the highest level, not allowing any outside source to get in my way. I played football, and that's how you compete. Hopefully anyone who knows me off the field knows the person I am, how much I care about people. I think there's been a mix-up of image recently. And, for me, it's like, hey, dude, these aren't perceptions. These are what we're seeing you do. These are your actions. This is your slide into second base. This is you calling, I think it was Miguel Amaya, a fat F, after he had the audacity to just steal a bag on you when you drop the ball.
No.
It's you saying F him when a guy's hurt at home plate after a collision. It's all being caught. We're all seeing it. Be like, yep, that's me, man. That's just the way I play. If you don't like it, suck it. Seriously, like they're so afraid to be the villain. Not everyone's going to like you guys, man. They're just not. Not everyone's going to think you guys hung the baseball moon. And I understand Katie's reasoning for writing it because it's an interesting story. And hey, as it boils down to everything, Paulie, I don't even think what he's done is that bad. I really don't. It's like, okay, but don't gaslight us.
Haven't you played against that guy a million times?
And don't gaslight us into thinking that we didn't see what we all saw, right? And I think that's my biggest problem with it. Real quick, too, wanted to wish a happy 50th to our Tier 1 Steve. He is listening right now, 50 years old today.
Steve.
I should have done that in Do This, which is coming up right now, Steve, but happy 50th.
You know
I
what?
actually... Turning 50 is kind of a don't do this. It just gets worse from here.
I also have a 50th birthday shout out. My buddy Todd. I am going to the Padres game tonight, celebrating his 50th birthday.
You have another friend that's 50
today.
That's not me.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I also have another friend too that's also 50.
Hang out with old guys.
He's in Bandon Dunes right now.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. All right, let's get to do this. This is fantastic.
DD mega do.
It's kind of a don't do this.
I
It's
mean,
a do this in that it's really funny audio.
Yeah. It's a total do this because it makes me laugh. But it's a don't do this in that I think is he a Met fan or a Yankee fan? Whatever. He's a New Yorker.
He's in New York.
He's in New
and
York.
He's been doing baseball and sports talk
For
radio
100
for
years.
35, 40 years.
Yeah. Talking, of course, about the great Mad Dog Russo, who has a real hard time pronouncing one of the Yankees starters' last names. And this was him yesterday.
If he comes back in any kind of form, and adding him to a staff that, got Cam Sheetler on it, who's done very well. Freed,
Cam
Will Warren out.
Did you? One more time?
If he comes back in any kind of form, and adding him to a staff that, got Cam Sheetler on it, who's done very well.
It's Cam Schlittler.
To a staff that, got Cam Sheetler on it, who's done very well.
So you might think to yourself, bad day. He's had a bad day. This is not an ongoing thing. He knows how to
you can argue, hey, Schlittler is a rookie.
Schlittler, yeah.
He's a rookie.
Yeah, he
maybe
pitched
a little
some
bit
last
new.
year. He pitched last year a little bit, but certainly
he pitched in the playoffs last year. In
pitched
fact,
really well.
We have another soundbite from like October after that playoff appearance.
Yep.
Mad Dog again.
Against the Red Sox to advance. Let me start here, and then we'll get into Schlichter, who obviously was Schlittler, who was just tremendous in the game.
I hit the dump button just to be safe.
I wonder if you can say that.
I don't know.
You
but
can
I
do
hit
the
it-
first one.
I hit it just to be safe.
Okay. That's probably smart. Paulie had to dump because he didn't put the L in there. He said
Schlittler
it's supposed to be
without the
Schlittler.
L,
but
the first L.
like Adolf with an S and like Adolf Hitler, but with an S in front of it. Does that make sense?
No.
Blankler, the S word, is what he said.
Adolf Hitler.
Yeah, thank you. Play the second one again, but stop it short. Because listen,
Against the Red Sox to advance. Let me start here, and then we'll get into Schlichter, who
Schlittler is incredible. And he says had a phenomenal game. He is
Schlichter, who obviously was
phenomenal. It's a word that he sees on his rundown, a name, and he starts to panic.
Yeah.
And we've all done it. He looks down and he starts to panic immediately. Like, I have to read this. And you can hear his brain working overtime going, it's coming and it's going to be bad and it's coming.
There's a few words out there where I start to see it as I'm reading and I jump ahead a few words and I start to panic. And the one that gets me, I was reading something of sport. You see it in sports sometimes. Posthumously. We like to celebrate people posthumously.
Yes.
And when I'm reading that, it's always posthumously. And I go, what the hell does that mean? I'm
Yes.
like, hey, idiot, that's not a word.
No, I'm with you, dude. I'm with you. We all have those words, and that one for him, and that's going to be a tough one. He's a good pitcher. He's going to be around a while. And Yankees are playing
He's
well.
phenomenal.
It is phenomenal, phenomenal, and that is don't and do this for a Friday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
Always one of our favorite times of the week when we catch up with the great Darren Smith. The great Darren Smith will join us next here on Ben and Woods. And just to let you guys know, we are broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how.
Well done.
Thank you very much. We'll be right back. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 0000466. For a full list of games and rules, played at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
Thought I was done, but I'm not. Wanted to tell you about 7 Mile Casino. It is wonderful. It's a great spot. We all love it. It's just 7 minutes from Petco Park. You know, fellas are in town right now. Great time to go down pregame, postgame. If you have the opportunity to go down there before a game, that would be pretty ideal. If you could knock off of work early, sit and play a little California-style blackjack. Get some good food in you. Right? Get some good food in you, a couple
Darren
beers.
Smith was talking with Justin Turner. He's living in San Diego and driving to Tijuana to play for the Toros. I wonder if he would stop by 7 Mile Casino. It's right on the way.
Miggy Rojas, we've seen him there. I mean, if it's good enough for them, it's certainly good enough for you. And if it's good enough for Ben Higgins, who loves everything fancy, then it's certainly good enough for you. You will not be disappointed with what you find when you go to 7 Mile Casino. So if you're a card player, it's the card player's paradise, right? It is California-style blackjack. It's Texas Hold'em, Pai Gow Poker, and Baccarat. Go in, play some cards, have some food, hang out in a smoke-free environment. Best part, just 7 minutes from Petco Park. Do yourselves a favor. You will not be disappointed. Check out 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown. Here, I'll show you a little. Just
Please don't.
What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee
It's going to in a second.
right here.
That is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Ben & Woods brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com.
Dynamite drop in Benjamin from his remote location in Bandon Dunes. We got Darren Smith on hold right now. We'll get to him after we check traffic.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
Chula Vista into San Diego, the 805 northbound, a sluggish trip from Plaza Boulevard past the 94 all the way to the 8, the 94 westbound, sluggish from Euclid Avenue to the 5.
This report is brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Got miles ahead? Make sure your car's ready. Swing by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. They'll check tires, lights, and essential fluids with any oil change. Stay in your car, done fast. Coupons at SoCalOilChange.com. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Your 15-minute drive-through oil change.
Joining us now on the SDCCU fan hotline, brought to you by SDCCU. It's not big bank banking. It's better, and it is your favorite and ours, the great broadcaster himself, Darren Smith. Good morning, sir.
Wow, what an introduction.
Thank you.
Introduction gets better when Benny's not here.
That's exactly
thank you
right.
very much.
Many are saying he don't even need Ben. You know, that's what many are saying.
Ben's the segue king, but you're the intro king.
Apparently, I am now. How are you?
Yeah.
How are you, buddy?
I'm very flattered. Doing well. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Good to chat with you as always. And can I just do a quick shout out to Sean, who works at the Sprouts Market in La Mesa. So thank you very much. Saw him yesterday. Said he listens to the segment on Ben & Woods and is a fan of the Ben & Woods show.
Love it.
Shout out to Sean.
Thank you, Sean. Appreciate it, man. I love Sprouts too, by the way.
I do too.
I
Have
love
you ever had the
Sprouts.
black garlic ahi tuna?
I have just vomited from ahi tuna on Monday night, so I don't know that I'll ever eat ahi tuna again.
Not from Sprouts, though.
No, not from Sprouts.
I used to live actually right around the corner from that Sprouts.
I love that. I love all Sprouts. It is pricey, but you do feel better when you leave with a bag full of Sprouts groceries. You do every time.
I know. And usually for me, it's sort of kind of on the way when I'm coming back from Saquon from SDFC.
Yeah.
So it has one quick detour. It's like one exit too far, but it's totally worth it. So I load up. And they always have what I like about Sprouts too. They have those bins where you can just sort of like scoop stuff in the bags, you know, like peanut butter pretzels, and trail mix and whatever. So do like that. But it's just sort of right there. So it's my regular stop on Thursdays when I head out to go see the club.
Well, when you speaking of the club, I thought of you. I'm not going to text you after a loss it wasn't a loss. I keep saying it's a loss because
I did.
It felt like a loss.
Yeah.
It really did. I just was like,
I think that was the first time all in last season or this season where I've texted Darren like while he's still on the air immediately as the game is wrapping up. And I go, I'm sorry. I know I don't know anything about this sport, but what's the point of review? They have review, right? They're telling me they have review. If there was ever a moment to use review, is that not the moment?
I know. I mean, it's just, it's the sequence of events that lets you start thinking we are paying the price for all the winning last year.
Yes,
aren't we?
yes.
Because it's like LA, like they're totally playing LAFC off the field, right? Not an exaggeration at all. They're playing them off the field. And yeah, Anibal Godoy has to come off to get checked for a concussion, and they score a goal because they're a man up. They go right to the point where Anibal is and wasn't, and score a goal. Now, they're really good. I'm not saying they couldn't score under normal circumstances 11v11, but you don't replace him, right? This is soccer. It's not basketball. So they pick up a goal that way. Like, okay. Then you see 9 minutes go up on the board. And you go, how in the world is there 9 minutes of stoppage time? Doesn't add up at all. Then CJ Dos Santos gets kicked in the face. And we now know he's going to miss another couple of weeks. This guy's story, it's just, you feel terrible for the human being in the moment. Everything that CJ has been through to get back. And now he has to come off because he gets kicked in the face again. And then you give up this goal, pretty much last kick of the game in the 15th minute of injury time. And it looks like there's a handball that isn't reviewed. And you just go, what the F? What else? The planets have aligned against this team, haven't they? And I'm with you. I've been saying it all week. I'm like, oh, it's the second worst loss in club history. And then I'm like, no, wait, they picked up a point. They snapped the losing streak. Shut up.
Right.
So it does these sports, why we do this. I often question it, but it does. It's not for the weak, man. It's not for the faint of heart.
I always thought that Rosie Perez was insane and White Men Can't Jump when she said, sometimes when you win, you really lose. Sometimes when you lose, you really tie. But it literally makes perfect sense in this scenario. It's so jarring, Darren, to look down at the table and go 12th. That doesn't feel right. I mean, again, it's the natural order of things. This is what it should have felt like last year, and it didn't. And when expectations go a little bit higher, you're seeing it now with the San Diego Padres as well. Every loss is the end of the world. You feel like they're never going to come back. They'll never win again after losing 2-1 to the Cardinals last night. And, I think with SDFC, they're going to have to find a way to get a W next to their name and jump up the standings a little bit. They haven't played well on the road. They will be on the road this weekend against, another really good opponent. What a schedule for them.
Yeah, tough. And Seattle hasn't lost at home. Seattle's only lost once this year. And I'm with you. And I think that's part of why it felt like such a gut punch against LA, because it only takes one. It takes one time of going, okay, we can not only win, but we can beat good teams because we did it so many times in 2025. You're right. Like when I look at the standings, when I'm preparing for these games, and this has been going on now for a couple of weeks. So it's not like if I'm not used to it by now, that's on me. But it's like, it was hard to remember the last time that you were looking up at teams in the standings. You're like always looking down on the standings because like how often you were first, second for so often for so long last year. But you have to face another challenge this week. The goalkeeping situation now is become a little bit of a thing. 2 of your 3 goalkeepers are unavailable. They had to go out and sign another guy, Jacob Jackson, who they have some familiarity with. I think they're probably going to go back to Duran Ferree. I don't know for sure, but I think that's probably going to be the plan. But it doesn't get easier. And, nobody feels sorry for you. That's the other thing about this in the sport. Seattle's well coached. Seattle's really good, off to a good start. They've only allowed 5 goals this year. So, for a team that's really been hunting goals over the last couple of weeks, trying to figure out a way to be a little bit more consistent. And I thought they did enough against LA. I mean, LA is really good at goal prevention. Like they'd only allowed 6 all season heading into that game. 4 came in one game, so they're really, really good at that. But yeah, I mean they've got to figure it out. They know that. Like they're not feeling sorry for themselves. I will tell you, just being around it as often as I am. I do worry, at some point you just go, geez, like this, this isn't our year. But it doesn't feel that way. It doesn't feel like guys like Anibal Godoy and some of the veteran leadership on that team is allowing the younger players to fall into that trap of thinking, that this stuff, maybe it's just not their year. Like they just feel like, hey, we got to get one because one's going to mean 2. And then we're going to be back to being who we were. And we know it's there. We know it's not only about 2025, it's also about the way we performed earlier this year in CONCACAF and MLS, and it is still there. It is still part of this group, and we can get back there, but it's just hard to get over that first hump.
Talking to our pal Darren Smith here on Ben and Woods this morning, and offensive futility is has been the topic of discussion for a lot, of the season with the San Diego Padres and last season as well, and the season before that as well, and maybe even the season before that as well. It's just it's not working right now. I think last night was another good example. Not that, Liberatore is some slouch, but, he happened to have his best start of the season against the San Diego Padres. I did coin them last year, the Get Right Gang. And there's flashes of that this year. I would be a moron to discount what they've done without a lot of offensive help from the biggest names, the most highly paid names, Darren. But it's a thing, and I'm going to ask Craig Stammen about it. But I can't. I don't know how to sum it up. I really don't. You got kind of lost watching this team sometimes.
You do, and I'm sure waking up every day and trying to put a new, figure out a fresh way to talk about it is not the easiest thing on earth. But it just, I don't know how to explain any of it either. You sort of run out of ways to talk about it other than maybe something. What can you change? What can you do that would be dramatic, that would catch people's attention? It's interesting yesterday, and Kevin Acee wrote about this, but I was texting with Marty because we were trying to line up an interview with Ty France, and that interview will be out later today on Friar Territory. Nice. Shameless promo.
Very good.
He's a solid guy. And she's like, yeah, it's really weird because Fernando Tatis Jr. and Manny Machado are on the field taking batting practice.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, what's weird about that? She goes, we were told by security and by team PR, nobody's allowed to film this. Nobody's allowed to take pictures of this. Nobody's allowed to document this in real time. It is a private batting practice on the field at 3:30 in the afternoon. And again, since Kevin wrote it, I would have just, not said anything. But it's like, that's what it's come to, and I don't know if you read the daily, Kevin Acee's Padres Daily, but he writes that like Fernando and Manny and the hitting coach are out there and they're all animated. And it's like this, like this scene out there on the field at Petco Park in the middle of the afternoon. You're like, okay, and then Fernando had a base hit. It's like, oh, okay, is this the moment? Then it didn't really happen for the rest of the game. So, I don't know. I just don't know what else you're supposed to do, other than sit around and think at some point maybe these guys are going to revert to form. But, we're talking on May 8th, May 9th, whatever the date is. It's like, well, how much longer are you supposed to wait for that? And I wish there was some answer out there, but there's not. It just kind of, you're sort of stuck in this position hoping something happens. And, even if it's a batting practice in the middle of the day that's more dramatic than previous batting practice inside or outside or wherever. Is that what it's going to take? I don't know. I'll believe when I see it, I guess.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you in that regard. I know that sometimes they say, sometimes you just got to not press and grind so much and try, obviously not trying to hit homers. They were talking about that on the broadcast. I was watching the broadcast last night. I didn't know who the other two guys were. I don't think. They didn't flash their name up, or I missed it putting the kids down.
They showed their picture, they showed the booth while they were doing the in-game interview, and I go, I know the guy on the left is Todd Frazier.
Yeah.
I was like, I've never seen these two guys before.
The Todd father?
The Todd father. And man, I'm listening to him talk last night, and I'm like, all right, like he gets it. He's like, bro, you guys, with his New Jersey, he's like, bro, this guy, this Fernando Tatis Jr., he's going to be fine. Like, don't worry about him. Oh, it was Ottavino was the other one. Okay. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know Ottavino. And he's like, bro, just stop thinking about hitting home runs. Really? Like, you got to stop thinking about it. Go out there and be Fernando Tatis Jr. Saw him in, batting practice, still had a smile on his face, love his body language. And that's a guy that's not here every day saying that. But it was a good reminder for us to be like, hey, man, like I'm honestly more worried about Manny than I am about Fernando. I really am. I'm more worried about Manny Machado. And he's got 2 home runs or 3 or whatever. But I'm more worried about Manny hitting 207 than I am about Toddy hitting 260 barreling the baseball.
Offensively, I'm more worried about Jackson Merrill, I think, than Toddy.
Yeah, maybe Merrill's coming out of it a little bit.
But you go back to last year. He had a really rough last year. Yep. He hasn't gotten off to a great start this year, and it's like I pick and choose, I guess, when I look at like last year into this year versus only this year, because that was a different team. But you're looking at trends now for well beyond just the start of this season.
Yeah.
What a season this is. Nobody's worried about Xander Bogaerts.
Isn't that
Everybody's
right?
worried about
It's
Jackson
insane.
Merrill, Fernando Tatis Jr., and Manny Machado, right?
Yeah, just like we all drew it up.
Crazy the way
I'm
this
pissed
works.
that
Now,
Camposano's on the IL.
Right. Yeah, Campy goes down.
Check
It's like,
back in.
oh, no.
Check back in a month, right? We might be having a completely different conversation. But yeah, I mean, with Manny, it's the same, right? Too, at some point, everybody knows that these contracts probably were not going to age well. It was just a question of when. Is that now? I hope not.
I hope not,
maybe it's
man.
just a slow start for Manny because you would like to think you're in this window of opportunity. So I did not watch the broadcast last night. I did my I logged on to the MLB TV app and it directed me right to Jesse and Tony.
Nice. Smart move.
And I just said, since I'm calling a radio, since I have a radio broadcast upcoming this weekend, I'm going to just listen to the broadcast. So I just listened to those guys and enjoyed them very, very much. But, they said the same stuff. I mean, it's the same subject,
Same subject.
Saris is writing about it. Now it's been picked up nationally. What's going on out there? What's going on with Fernando Tatis Jr.? Why is he just beating the ball into the ground over and over and over again? So, it's sort of not just the, it's not just Padres Twitter or social media or local radio.
Like it's national.
It's now like what's happening out there? What is the story? Why is this sort of thing going on? So, yeah, I guess it's just another reminder. Good that they got off to such a good start because they banked some wins here and given them an opportunity to try to smooth some of this stuff out.
D. Smith, appreciate you. Enjoy your Knicks tonight. That's been relatively pain-free for you watching the Knicks. So at least you have that going for you, which is nice.
At least. Yeah, well, OG Anunoby now has been hurt. So, of course, we don't know what his status is for game number 3 with a little bit of a hamstring, but never something that you want to hear from one of your most important players. But yes.
Is Embiid playing for Philly tonight?
I don't know. I mean, God, I hate that guy. I mean, just the worst. Just such a dirty player. I just can't stand him. I kind of want him to play because I want them
he's an enigma though, man, because at his best, his ceiling as a player is right up there with just about anybody that's really ever played the game. He's really good, but can he actually go?
I don't know, but I kind of like him when he's on the court because I like seeing him pout. He's such a pouty player.
Yeah,
just pouty
guy.
such a
Very
whiner,
emotional.
I do love watching his sourpuss when he's down 10 late in the fourth quarter and he's just whining about everything. So it's part of me that likes when he's out there because it's more rewarding to beat him. But hopefully, we'll see.
Enjoy all of it. We need to get some wins. We need to get some wins from all of them, D. Smith.
Yes, we
we'll
do.
talk to you next week.
Yes, we do.
All right,
you
brother.
ain't lying, pal.
Be well, man.
See you, friend.
That's the great Darren Smith here on Ben and Woods this morning. And we're almost halfway home on a Friday. Looking forward to this weekend. Certainly, we could talk about everything that is coming up sports-wise. And we'll be joined, of course, by the skipper, Craig Stammen, at 8:35. I'm still racking my brain on how to get under his skin. Should ask Darren. Darren's pretty good at it. How do you get under? Is he on?
I got 35 or 45 minutes. You can text Darren.
How do you get under his skin?
Thanks again to Darren for joining us, by the way.
All guests on Ben and Woods here on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking, it's better.
Got to do that one twice, I guess.
I think so.
Yeah. All right. So better safe than sorry. We will be right back. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. Halfway home on a Friday. Ben and Woods, 97.3. The Fan got the skipper, Craig Stammen, coming up at 8:35. Going to be joined in studio by our pal Clark Farrenholt at 9:20. Talk some Padres prospects. I'm interested in another Musgrove, Tucker Musgrove. Tweets about him a lot. Throws really, really hard. I'm interested in a lot of the Padres prospects and what it could look like, and I always hear our farm system's depleted, but it actually is looking quite good right now. Ethan Salas jumping to, in top 20 of a lot of prospect lists across the country. If you put any stock in those things, Clark definitely does, and he knows his stuff. So excited to talk about him.
I do, but probably for different reasons than Clark.
I definitely am in the same boat as you are, Paulie.
Like, do I need to keep adding to my Ethan Salas baseball card collection?
Or do you have enough?
Or do I need to move on to somebody else?
I will let everybody know Ben is out today, so it's just me, Woodsy, and Paul Reindl, our executive producer. And a long discussion was had yesterday on the telephone
I was going to bring this up.
between one Stephen Woods and one young master Paul Reindl. And I said to Paul, what's to stop us from just, ripping baseball cards on the air other than it being really awful radio? Like, we've done awful radio before, taking phone calls.
Experimental
sometimes.
radio.
So we've done experimental radio, which I'm definitely in favor of. I love experimental radio.
17-minute Bob Dylan songs. I think opening baseball cards actually would have been tougher for me to do on the air for a full segment than the Bob Dylan song.
Yeah.
Honestly.
The ASMR will be great, says Rain Dog. I'm with you. Now Paulie says to me,
I said, I basically was like, I'm just looking for any excuse or any reason. I was like, Woodsy, I don't care if you hang up right now and make a burner account and send us a message. Be like, I bet you guys won't open baseball cards on the show tomorrow when Ben's not there. I'd be like, oh, really? Watch me.
And I thought to myself, give him a reason. All I had to do was give you a reason to just go down to Dick's or wherever and buy some cards. And we could have ripped them on the air. Now, we don't have them. Cole's saying rip them. But we don't have any. Oh, you have some?
Actually.
You son of a bitch. You did
I don't.
Oh, you bastard. You got me all excited for 1 second. No way. I was like, he did it. He's going to surprise
I went and bought a
me.
hobby box. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
No. However, Benny's out on Monday, too.
He is out on Monday. He is. Is anything new out that I want to open? That's the thing, is I'm done opening all the old stuff.
Yeah.
I can't open any more Series 1, the old Bowmans. I need the new stuff, or I don't want to do it. I had a pretty monster moment. It happened, and I was lying in bed the other night, and you guys know I had gotten a Billy Ripken card. Now, if you've never seen this card, it has bad words on the knob, and he's smiling and he's holding it on his shoulder, and at the bottom it says the F word and then face. F face. And however it happened, the guy from Don Russ or Fleer or whatever it was took the picture, didn't see it, passed it on up through quality control. They didn't see it, and it says F face on the knob. Somebody had given me this card many, many years ago. I thought it was Ghost of Ray Kroc. It's not. It's not Ghost of Ray Kroc, which is a Twitter dude. He's like, bro, I didn't give you that card. Stop saying I gave you that card. I never got it. All right, well, somebody gave it to me. So I got it. I sent it in to get graded. I got a 10. It's a $1,200 card, essentially, right around that area. I put it up for sale on my eBay and got a couple of offers. First offer I got was $941. And I went, I can't do it. I can't do it, man. My wife goes, what's the lowest you'll take? And I go, 1,100. 1,100. She goes, okay. Laying in bed the other night, Wednesday, check my eBay as I do 75,000 times a day. And then it says offer received. And I go, all right, well, let's check it out. It's $1,000. And I went, oh boy, that's $1,000 for a card.
You said 1,100 was your
1,100 was my bottom.
number, and then when you get $1,000 offer immediately after
changed it all, dude.
You're like, oh crap! Once it's actually there on your phone, on your screen. So you did it?
I did it, man. I pulled the trigger. I said, yes, I will, sir, accept your offer. and I sold a baseball card for $1,000.
That's
And it
crazy.
blew. I started sweating. The minute I hit accept, I ran to my office. I got it out. I started the process of the slab protector, the bubble wrap mailer, printed out the label. I got it all dialed in and beautiful, and I taped it up, and I hand delivered it yesterday to the post office and said, buddy, can you scan this so I can see this get scanned? Boom, scanned it, on its way to
tracking. eBay authenticity.
Yeah, on its way there, and then it will go to the guy, and then my money will be released. But I thought to myself, that's it. That's how you do it. Now I'm free of it. I didn't want that burden in my home, Paulie. It was a burden to me.
$1,000, man.
$1,000, dude.
That's cool.
I mean, and with the shipping and the slabbing of it and all that, talking probably $900 profit, you know, and the eBay fees probably $800 profit. But to sell a baseball card, that was pretty sick. It was pretty sick feeling, man. And
I have a card worth like $400 to $500, and even like the thought of selling that, I was like, you get excited. You're like, ooh, this is $400. Wow.
Yeah.
Double that. And that's I can't even imagine that rush.
It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. I have to
so did you buy anything cool with that money now?
No, I don't have it yet, but it'll be there. And my wife's like, probably just gonna I'm so far in the, what is it? What's the bad one? Red. I'm so far in the red.
You want to be in the green or the black.
The black. I'm so far in the red. It's just adds to what I've already spent on cards. So it just I can't take it and go buy more cards though, because then it kind of defeats the purpose. This is going to be a never-ending cycle.
Can I tell you how my brain works? Boy math to me looks like, okay, I sold a card for $1,000.
Yeah.
That I can now use that money to enhance my own collection with some cards I actually really want.
Correct.
So I made $1,000, so I can easily spend $1,300 on worth of cards after that. That's Paul math.
I love it so much. I'm so obsessed with it, and I have such a good time. And as I mentioned earlier in the show, we have a big day tomorrow in my family. This is how sick and twisted I am. My wife has to go in and get a procedure tomorrow. It's for our IVF, and she'll be laid out after and in bed, and I'll bring her what she needs and take care of her. But kids will be with my in-laws. She goes, so what are you going to do? I go, I'll just be here. She's like, you're going to be in your office playing with your baseball cards. I go, yeah, pretty much all day. Pretty much all day I'll be in my office. All you need to do is text me or call me if you need something. I will come running. But yeah, I'm planning on spending the entire day tomorrow organizing, wiping cards down, getting cards ready to go grit. Yeah, Paulie, I've started not buying things because I don't want to spend money on anything else. Does that make sense?
Oh, 100%.
I've started not like I don't need that because I don't want to spend any card money.
I'm like, I don't need to fill up my tank.
Can you pick me up from on your way in? Bro, I'm with you. Anytime I had to get an oil change last week, I was like, where'd I go?
I went within the last week, went to Jersey Mike's for lunch, grabbed a sandwich, and I go, it's like $14 now. And I go, could have gotten like 6 cards on eBay, cheap ones, but I could have got added. Like I'm like, everything's in value of cards now. I'm like,
I know.
I'm gonna go get a haircut today after the show.
Yeah,
Gonna run me about $60.
I had to spend $60 yesterday. I was sick to my stomach.
And I'm like, damn it, that's a mega box. I don't need a haircut that bad.
I'm telling you, man. I know. It was such a rush, dude. It was such a rush to sell that card, to get that offer that had 4 figures on it. I couldn't believe it. Uno says, y'all got a problem. I know.
We were fully aware of it.
I'm fully aware. I admit it. I do feel like that it's a very safe and harmless hobby. And, I really do enjoy the collecting of the cards. My kids are having a blast with it, too. But now they want to go get baseball cards all the time.
Purple says, this is how drug addicts talk about crack. Yeah. That's exactly how I feel. All I think about is, how do I get more? How can I get money to go buy more? What do I have to do to get more?
Yeah. Sean says, nerd alert. I know, dude. This is amazing for me. It's an amazing transformation.
Rain Dog asked if I got my sandwich Mike's way. Yes, of course. I absolutely did.
Yeah.
We had some fun with Mike's Way earlier this week.
We did have some fun. We were talking about Ben's laughter, his uncontrollable laughter. And it always makes me laugh every time Paulie plays it. And you've melded a few of them together, right?
We have that one. We have this one. I have Ben laugh number 3. And our newest addition was Ben. This one just says weird new laugh.
Yeah. So we've smashed them all together, and it's brought me so much delight. But I asked Paulie, I go, where's the big one from? The one where he just loses it. And you go, dude, it was from Mike's Way. And I had completely forgotten about Mike's Way. So we can kind of flashback Friday it for you before we get the skipper on at 8:35.
Great idea.
And talk about one of my favorite moments in the last 6 months.
Just back in December. It was a Rhino Report story, and I skipped ahead a little bit. It had to do with a funeral home, mortuary, where a family who lost their son, they were told, hey, come by. You know, they wanted to give him a change of clothes for his final resting. And they said, all right, here's the clothes that he passed away.
Awful.
We're going to give it all back to you. They wanted to change clothes, maybe put a suit on him. So the dad went to the mortuary to pick up
Damn it.
the clothing.
Rain Dog says the works. You get the car wash.
Yeah,
the premium, extreme. The extreme.
So
the silver or the gold.
The extreme package.
Give us the extreme one.
Funeral home calls and says, hey, your son's belongings are here. The change of clothes, we'd like you to come pick them up. He says, okay, thank you very much. He meets the funeral director. He picks up the clothing. He says here in the suit.
Man. Don't. Oh, no. He's gone. The comment. I knew it was going to get him. You see it in the chat?
Yes.
Mike's Way, as Cole says.
He is done, Cole.
Oh, you got me. First time a YouTube comment ever did.
Mike's Way.
Mike's Way. That's the comment.
My funeral, Mike's Way.
What? My funeral, Mike's Way. God.
So far today, just to recap, he has crapped on Cody Ponce losing his mom because of butterfly flu by.
This is a story about a dead son.
dead son.
Kid.
Yeah.
And he can't stop laughing.
You can continue.
Mike's Way.
Father.
That was one of my favorite moments in the last 6 months, to be sure. All right,
If I remember correctly, by the way, that story, the reason I hadn't even gotten to the point of the story. When the dad showed up at the funeral home, they gave him his belongings, his son's belongings, except they got the bags mixed up.
Sure did.
And they handed him a bag full of biohazardous
material, matter.
Human remains.
Human
His
remains.
son's human remains.
Not an awesome story for the Ryan Report. Hopefully today's delivers a little bit better than that, but we did get that moment from it. We will play Take on Woods next. Now, here's the problem. Paulie has to host, keep score the whole bit. So
I'm going to make somebody in the chat keep score for me.
All right, 833-288-0973. If you want to play, it will be a 2-second song, all 2-second song music category. That's your only choice today. So
no movies, no TV.
No movies, no TV. All music, all 2-second songs. 833-288-0973. We'll play it next.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
All right, welcome back, Ben and Woods, 97.3. The Fan. Benny is out today. Paulie's got a host, so we wanted to keep it easy. Apparently, there's a 2-second song category that's much easier for Paulie to handle. And so I don't have a problem with it. I get to do music.
It's more just I didn't have to make a category up last night.
Didn't have to make a category up. There's already one there. So that's what we will do. So I will
get out of
step out. Thank you. Let me know.
All right. So what do you guys really think of Woods now that he's not here? I'm just kidding. We are playing today's game of Take on Woods, and Take on Woods is brought to you by Bay Alarms, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you, and today we got Jim. Jim, are you there?
Yes, sir.
How are we doing this morning?
Excellent.
Awesome. Love to hear it, my friend. Okay, if you heard, we are not giving you the TV and movie category options today. Your choice is music and only music. You have a 2-second song category here, all right? So we're going to have 5 2-second songs. You will need to identify the song and the artist based on the lyrics that you hear. And today's category is called That's Just Mean. And these are song lyrics that have a bit of an insult with them, okay? You got that all figured out?
Let's go.
So you're going to hear the insult lyrics, and I need song, title, and artist, all right? Are you ready to go, Jim?
Let's do it.
All right, your time begins when I play the first song. Let's take on Woods.
The morning sun, when it's in your face, really shows your age.
Maggie May, Rod Stewart.
Correct. Song number 2.
You ain't a beauty, but hey, you're alright.
Bruce Springsteen, and I'll come back for the title.
Okay, we'll pass.
Welcome to Bright. But I could tell when she kissed me, she knew how to get a kiss.
Prince. Is that Little Red Corvette?
Incorrect. Sorry. Song number 4.
Don't You Want Me?
That is correct. Song number 5.
They say the looks don't count for much, so there goes your proof.
Elvis Costello. They say, is she really going out? Is she really going out with him?
Yes on the song title, but unfortunately that was not Elvis Costello. That was Joe Jackson. Let's see. Jim, I've got 2 songs correct. You got Maggie May by Rod Stewart. You did not get Thunder Road by Bruce Springsteen. You missed Raspberry Beret by Prince. You got Don't You Want Me by Human League. And Is She Really Going Out with Him by Joe Jackson. So I don't know that 2 is going to get the job done, but let's bring Woodsy in. Jim's score is locked in.
All right. It's weird without Ben here, isn't it?
I know, it's very weird.
Okay. Every time I walk in, I look at his chair. Like,
dude, when the intro
where is
stopped
he?
and you were out there, I was like, all right, so what do you guys really think of Woods? Let's just rap here for a little bit. All right, Woodsy. 2-second song category is ready to go.
Yep.
Jim's score is locked in. Let's take on Jim.
Oh, that's Maggie May by Rod Stewart.
That is correct.
You ain't a beauty, but you're all right.
I'll come back to it.
Okay, song number 3.
She knew how to get a kiss.
Prince, is it Darling Nikki?
Incorrect.
Oh, no. Don't You Want Me, Baby by the Human League.
Yes. Song number 5.
Or
They
Don't You
say the looks don't count for much, so there goes your proof.
Is She Really Going Out with Him by... I'm gonna die. What is the category? Oh my God.
Tough one.
Who sings that song? Todd Rundgren.
Incorrect. Song number 2, I think you passed.
You ain't a beauty, but
Bruce Springsteen. What's the name of the song? I don't know what the category is. Damn it. What, I get 1?
I think
I
you got 2,
Okay.
and that is a tie.
Oh,
so
my
Jim,
God.
congratulations.
Will you qualify?
You guys tied
Oh
2
my
apiece. So you got Maggie May by Rod Stewart. That
Okay.
was Thunder Road by
Road.
Bruce Springsteen.
All right.
Raspberry Beret by Prince.
Okay.
You got Don't You Want Me and Is She Really Going Out with Him by Joe Jackson. Now the category, what do those have in common?
Nothing.
The category was called That's Just Mean, and they were all insulting lyrics. Do you want to hear them one more time?
Yeah, insulting.
All right. So we have Maggie May.
The morning sun, when it's in your face, really shows your age.
Ooh, that's
Kind
good.
of insulting.
Yeah, very.
Thunder Road by Bruce Springsteen.
You ain't a beauty, but you're all right.
You ain't a beauty, but hey, you're all right.
Everybody write that in your wife's Mother's Day card this weekend. See how that goes for you.
Raspberry Beret's lyrics.
Wasn't too bright, but I could tell when she kissed me, she knew how to get a kiss.
Yeah, it's promiscuous.
That's promiscuous. That
Yeah.
can be insulting. Song number 4 lyrics.
But don't forget it's me who put you where you are now.
Yeah.
And I can put you back down.
Always thought that was
Don't forget, I put you here, and I can.
the lyrics don't match the peppiness and upbeatness of the song. They're very dark.
They say the looks don't count for much, so there goes your proof.
Oh, okay. All right. Who sings that one?
That was Joe Jackson.
Joe Jackson. All right. That was tough.
That was a
dude.
tough category.
That's really tough. Ben he was on his psychedelic mushroom trip when he came up with that category. Well, thanks for playing, Joe. Glad that
Way to
you
qualify,
qualified.
my friend.
Listen,
Stay on the line. I will get your information here in just a few minutes.
just like our beloved SDFC, I am okay with a draw. Very excited. We will talk to the skipper, Craig Stammen, coming up next. I'm going to try my very best to hold his feet to the
When did we
fire.
last talk? We last talked to
It's been
him
a while.
early too. It
Yeah,
was early in the
before-
week. It was in Colorado, so
Yep.
they hadn't even gone to Mexico City yet.
That's right. We have not talked to him in forever. We'll catch up with the skipper next here on Ben and Woods 97.3 The Fan. He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
This hour on 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by GL Pools, the swimming pool experts trusted by thousands of San Diegans since 2006. Baseball is back, so is swim season. Make sure your pool is ready. Call now, mention radio for a free month of pool service.
Thank you, Benny. It's Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. Ben, of course, is out today. It's me and Paulie, and we are about to be joined by the manager, Craig Stammen, after a very quick check of traffic. We will get right to the skipper.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
In San Diego, a bit of sluggish traffic on the 805 northbound as you are approaching the 94, and it continues to the 8. The 8 westbound, a little slow between the 15 and the 163, then clear toward the 5.
And joining us now on the SDCCU fan hotline, it's not big bank banking, it's better. The management report with Craig Stammen. Good morning, Skipper. How are you?
Hey, doing great. How you guys doing?
We're doing well. Now, when you called in, Paulie said, hey, Ben is actually out. And you said to Paul, oh, yeah, Bandon Dunes, I heard. Do you listen to the show or did he tell you?
You know what? We got the best PR guy in the business, Darren Feeney, kind of teed me up on that one.
Okay. Darren Feeney did it.
We just assumed Ben saw you earlier in the week.
That's what I thought.
And he was like, hey, just so you know, I'll be out at Bandon Dunes on Friday.
That's exactly what I thought happened. And I was hoping it did that. Hey, Craig, by the way, I'm heading out to Bandon. Now, He said he's really excited. He gets to play 5 of the top 18 courses in North America. Have you ever played Bandon? And if not, what is the best course that you've played?
Yeah, I haven't been able to get out to Bandon. I've heard a lot of good things about it. I really think he should actually be calling in for this radio interview.
Yeah.
In between his rounds of golf, I don't know what he's doing, just like taking this manager interview off.
Yeah, he is.
We'll forgive him, I guess.
Craig, he shot a 95
He
yesterday.
shot a 95 yesterday. He wanted to die. His first round at
Poor
Bandon
guy.
ever. I know, and he's a 5.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Poor
man.
guy.
Yeah. I mean, you want to talk about disappointing, right? Like, it's
that'll send you down into deep thinking and reevaluating why you even left. So, man, feel for him.
I did too. And it's a good segue, right? Deep thinking, reevaluating, evaluating. I know that, offensively, in full transparency, I've been a guy in my career on the radio, Craig. I've been known to crash out from time to time, right? When things aren't going well with the team. And I went into this year with a fresh perspective. And I said, I'm only going to give myself, because you can't watch a baseball season like a football season. You just can't. You will burn out. Your players can't play that way. You can't manage that way. You'd make it 3 weeks, and that would be it.
We need to play golf.
That's right.
Play golf.
That's right. And I said I'm going to give myself 10 crash outs this year. And I actually had one after the game, the first game against San Francisco, and I used my first one, which I thought not bad. We're 30-plus games in. But I think one of the points that I was making was, offensively, the struggles with the Padres, this isn't a Craig Stammen thing. This has been a Padres thing for a couple of years now. What do you attribute it to, and how do you fix it? I know the guys are working. We saw the videos or the picture of Manny. We heard the story, Manny and Toddy out grinding early yesterday. How do you right that ship?
Yeah, we just got to keep at it. It's there's no secret sauce. Otherwise, we'd have figured it out by now. Hopefully, you had a crash out after the first Giants game, and us coaches kind of had our, powwows and, hey, we got to figure this out. What can we try differently? And we're working behind the scenes as much as we can to, change up any little thing that might get them going, but. The players are working hard and they're going to get going. And the good thing about what we've got going on right now is we're able to win some games, and we don't really have any of our big guns firing on all cylinders, outside of maybe Xander Bogaerts. So, that bodes well for the future. Get these guys going, get them kind of hot at the same time. And then, maybe we can reel out some games where we score, quite a few runs. But just stick to it. Like you said, long season. There'll be some crash outs along the way, but we just got to manage those and keep at it.
I like how you, the skipper, Craig Stammen, calls it a powwow, and I'm calling a full-on crash out after the game. And look, I think fans always want to hear and know that the guys are working. I don't think that's ever in question. And but they spent, obviously you're managing the game last night, so you don't hear the ESPN broadcast. But they did interview you in game, and they only want to talk about one person the entire show, and it's Fernando Tatis Jr. We've done it on this show. Craig, if you only knew some of the things there was a guy that tweeted, he's using the wrong batting gloves, and they don't allow for this to happen in the wrist. I've seen Eno Saris, who's really, really a smart guy and trust. He's like, I think it's where his feet are positioned. I have seen everything in the book, including his batting gloves. To diagnose what's quote unquote wrong with Fernando Tatis Jr. I think about it every day. I think all Padres fans do. How's he doing mentally? Like, it's got to be weighing on him at this point, but he continues to go out and try to help you win games.
Yeah, honestly, he's handled it really well. He's been in a great mood. For what's going on. He's been in a great mood. He's been a great teammate to everybody. He's been smiling. He's been hustling. He's been trying to impact in different ways. Yeah, really, he's in a slump and he's hitting 260. So, it's not the worst thing in the world that's going on. But obviously, everybody's hung up on the power and homers and stuff like that. But
sure.
We're trying to talk him into, hey, be a baseball player. Impact the game any way you can. Eventually, you're going to hit a home run. That's just going to happen. And the more you try for it, the less it's going to happen. So, we're working with them. We got, coaches working with him. We got, the players are supporting him, patting him on the back. I think that's been the coolest thing that I've seen so far is the rest of the guys have rallied around him a little bit and just got him, feeling good about, hey, we support you, we're there with you, it's going to turn, we're right there with you, don't get down on yourself. Those types of things that make who we have in our clubhouse great team.
So we got a bad connection here, Craig. We're going to try. Paulie's going to try you back. We will be back with you in a moment. So, all right, yeah, good answer from the skipper there. I know it's got to be weighing on Fernando Tatis Jr. I think we all feel it. I think it'll be one big collective sigh of relief from the entire city and the fan base and the players on the bench. Everybody will breathe. The manager, the hitting coach, Steven Souza Jr. He's ready to see one go over the fence for sure. It will be nice when it happens. It is an inevitability that it will happen eventually, but it's been a little bit dire to this point. All right, we got the skipper back
Try this
on.
one again.
Try that one. How's that sound?
All right, we're good.
Okay, good.
Hopefully.
So hopefully we are good. We was just talking about the collective sigh of relief that will be heard and felt around San Diego when that first one goes over the fence, Greg, because I know it's got to be weighing on him tremendously. And as you said, man, 22-15, you're finding ways to win without it, and different guys contributing. I always love watching. Like last night didn't bother me. I thought it was just a good baseball game. I think some things could have gone our way. I think we. Xander getting picked off, that stunk, but it's the first inning. You got time to recover from that. The one thing I wanted to ask you, and I know you were asked about it post game. Obviously, we think Fernando catches that ball in right field, but you kind of made the commitment to offense right now, and I like that because if you came up in a spot where you would have rather had Casty hitting than Sungmoon Song or anybody else. Is that going to be kind of moving forward? Defense is, I don't want to say secondary, but right now you're shooting for offense?
Yeah, I think, honestly, I think most managers and teams kind of play that way. You want to play offense early, get a lead, and then you put your defense in the game.
Yep.
Similar to a lot of other sports. If we can get the lead, we're going to run the ball and run out the clock. And I think, there's different games and different styles of play, and you're trying to get different players in the game. But against that starting pitcher, felt really good with having a lot of righties in the lineup. And, Casty's one of those guys. And when it's a tie game and close game, you're still trying to, push that extra run across the board to get the lead and then, possibly change it out for some better defensive players. But Casty's been great in the outfield outside of, him maybe not making that play last night. We don't know what somebody else would have done or could have done. Obviously, Fernando's a platinum glove glove winner. So we feel like he can catch anything, and he does catch about everything. We can't have Fernando play every position on the field. So, you're weighing all those options when you're making up a lineup and keeping guys in the game.
Paulie, what do we do?
I don't know.
It's like
it's not Craig's fault.
It's not Craig's fault.
Fault.
It's just it's like 25% legible. You can hear it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just it sounds like you're in a
robotic.
It sounds like you're in a submarine a little bit. I really only had one more question. We'll get through it.
You want to gut through it?
Let's gut through it. I wanted to ask you. I wanted to ask you about Rodolfo Duran, and I just love obviously when guys make their debuts. I think it's just the coolest thing. And I did think, man, you're a relief pitcher. They're like, yeah, we may get you in tonight, man. When you're a starting catcher and you're making your debut, it's so much more than a position player or anything else. Like having to know the pitching staff. I was thinking about it. There was a bunt defense that you put on, which was brilliant, by the way. That's something he's got to learn. It's got to be like drinking from a fire hose for a catcher to make his debut.
Yeah, it is. He's catching rays.
Yeah.
And the good thing is, like, spring training is so good for us, is he got a lot of reps in spring training. He was there for all the first and third plays, all the bunt plays. He's caught all those guys in the pen. Probably caught a lot of them in games too. And we had planned for him to be our third catcher for a while. We felt really good about him. And, he did a great job last night, catching a game where the opposing team only scores 2 runs and, really, had a really hard hit to center field, and Petco Park stole his first hit in the big leagues from him. But, great game for him. Awesome debut, 13 years in the minor leagues.
Oh.
He said he felt like he was floating out there, which is pretty cool.
That was awesome. It was great to see. And yeah, I thought that one was definitely over the head, but it happens. Listen, sounds like we got our connection back, but I'm not sure. Craig, we will let you go. Get prepared for tonight's game. Do whatever it is you
Sorry
got to
about
do.
that.
Hey,
No, it's not your
it happens, my friend. Thank you so much. That
Connections in Coronado, man.
I get it. I get it. Totally. Thank you.
Go get him tonight.
The Padres skipper, Craig Stammen, brought to you by SDCCU. It's not big bank banking. It's better.
That was awful. Not Craig, but just the circumstances. I'm sweating. I hate that.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do.
Nothing you can do.
The guest, anytime that happens, they think it's their fault.
And they get panicked.
It's
about
not. You feel bad. They're just trying to give, their answer. It makes me so uncomfortable. And there's really no solution.
Bummer.
Hey, Craig, can you just get in your car, drive a few blocks away, get a better cell reception?
Can you make it? Does he have a landline at home? I doubt he does. I don't know anyone.
Does
with
anybody
one.
have?
I don't know one
anymore?
single. I don't even think my parents have a landline anymore. I don't know one single solitary person with a landline. But maybe that's the way, to do it. But holy cow. Sorry about that to the tier ones out there that were looking for that. Definitely throws you off your game too when you're trying to listen really intently and to some garbled words.
I really wanted to hear one of those answers.
Yeah.
I was trying to follow along as best I could, but
I wish he would come in the studio. That would be amazing. That'd be incredible. Somebody said just have him in next time. We'd love to have Craig at any time. I really wanted to. The next question was essentially going to be like, all right, how do I get under your skin? What's the thing that gets under your skin? I had no problem getting under Schilte's skin. We didn't talk to Bob very much. Bob kind of kept to himself.
And he was fine when we had him on.
He was fine.
He was pretty even keeled.
Yeah,
for the
pretty
most
even
part.
keeled guy. But I don't know that I've ever seen seen or heard a manager that's more even keeled than Craig Stammen. Honestly, I'm racking my brain.
See, with Bob Melvin, I was able to, like, when we talked to him, he's a very nice. He kind of felt like a grandfather,
Like a grandfather, yeah.
and very like warm and approachable. But you could tell there was some red ass. Like you could tell behind closed doors. If that team pissed him off, like he could flip some tables. Schilt, he would be that way right to your face.
Yep.
And then Craig, I can't really picture Craig like absolutely flipping out after a loss or anything.
I've seen
like
him
that.
look serious during the game. He looked serious last night during the challenge.
Yes,
he looked
second
serious.
base, the tag. He was shaking his head.
He looked like he had, was a little bit pissy. I think for good reason about it last night. But I think, to get under his skin, what would it be? You can ask him the same questions over and over, and he gets those questions about the offense every single day. And, I think other than that, man, I do try to keep the perspective that he has of 22-15 is pretty good. It's pretty good right now. There's some winnable games in that 15, Paulie, but there are 4 or 5 losable games in that 22 as well. So it definitely evens out. Yeah, Uno says he did. He looked pissed for the first time I've seen. I go, yes,
I noticed that as well.
That's the first time I've seen him not like ho-hum,
disagreeing
here we
with
go.
the call.
Yeah. I thought those calls were trash. I really did. I know Jesse Agler hates that bid. Is there enough to overturn? It doesn't matter. He's safe. He's in there.
Well, they called him out. There's not enough to change it. I'm like,
such trash, man. It's such trash. Yeah. Michelle says he seems very emotionally healthy. He really does. And I think, is it weird that emotionally healthy people can rub people the wrong way? It's strange, but it's true.
Yeah.
And if you lose 10 in a row and you're like, everything's going to be fine. There's a guy right now who's the general manager of the Angels. His name is Perry Manassian. And I've been reading stories. So Sam Blum used to write for like the OC Register. Well, now Sam is gone and he's not a beat writer anymore. And he's covering them for The Athletic. And Sam has been just letting it rip on Perry Manassian because Perry Manassian's comments are nothing but straight gaslighting, straight up. He goes, we're fine. Our offense is fine. Our bullpen is fine. We have good arms. Like they're not technically the worst team in Major League Baseball right now. And I think that's when a toxically positive person can ruffle people's feathers, right? But because Perry, you're like, you're not seeing, he's telling everybody they're not seeing what they think they're seeing. We're actually a really good team and we have good players. And Sam has been pounding him. Nobody wants to be gaslit by a manager or a general manager. And I think Craig's done a good job so far. And you can read between the lines with him a little bit. When I said I had my crash out, and he goes, "Oh yeah, you had a crash out. We had our powwow."
Yeah.
And we were like, "Hey, how do we figure this out?"
That didn't sound like it was just the standard after the game little wrap up or anything like that.
There's another instance that happened this week when he talked about that very same game after his press
Monday's
conference
game.
when he said, we can't let this guy off the hook. We got to fight him a little bit more, right? So there's just these you're starting to see little glimpses of the guy that is probably behind the scenes a little bit more intense than he portrays in the media and in the dugout sometimes. So that's what I'm going to continue to try to pick up from him is those little tiny nuggets where he lets you in and goes, "Oh yeah, I'm pissed too. I'm pissed too. I just can't say it like you guys can." right? I'm not going to say it like you guys can say it. So
I doubt very much that he walked into the clubhouse on
Hey,
Tuesday
guys.
morning and flipped a coin.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
He's like, "I'm cashing in a chip."
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah.
But I think that there's something there, man. And I think, mistakes aside, I wanted to ask him too about Ty France bailing him out the other day. I know he's already answered that question, but I wanted to ask him because that was it was a rookie mistake. It's going to happen. But I thought he's done a good job so far, man. I mean, it is what it is. I just I hate that it came from inside of a submarine.
I mean, any team that loses their top 3 pitchers for the year or most of the year or whatever, like you're not supposed to win.
Well, Paulie, compound that with your top 3 hitters not hitting. Right.
So I was just getting,
You lost your first 3.
Now you lost a catcher.
Now you lost a catcher who was finally figuring it out.
You've got some superstars, but they haven't really done anything.
You've got a bullpen that was supposed to be your super pen, and they've stubbed their toe more than once.
All to say, all of that leads to a team that should not be anywhere near 500, especially with a rookie manager. We'd be just totally within our rights to be like, this is not working out.
Yeah.
The fact that they've stayed afloat is awesome.
Sorry about the Moon interview. We will try to do better next week, and we'll be back in just a moment. Ben and Woods, 97.3, The Fan. And I do apologize to the listening audience. You never want that's like the one interview, you look forward to every 2 weeks. And the audio quality was poor. And I apologize for that. It fully got me off my game too, because it's hard to kind of listen and then respond when you can't really understand what he's saying.
You couldn't hear what he was saying because all I heard in my head was just the bad audio quality, and it was just looping over in my brain.
It's terrible. I do apologize.
Spending the whole answer going
like this.
Do we need to pull the plug?
Yeah.
Can we get through it? Can we get through it?
It sucks, man. It sucks. I hate that. I hate that for the Padre fans out there, the tier 1. Sorry about it. We'll do better next time. That's all we can do is try to do better. It's what I've been trying to teach my kids, man. You just got to take accountability for it sometimes, even though it's not really our fault. It's just the way that it happened. Was he on Sprint or something? Like,
I don't know.
I wonder who his carrier is. I don't know. Whatever.
I haven't had any issues like that before with him.
T-Mobile probably would be my guess. Teen network. All right, let's do a Rindle report here on Ben and Woods.
And get things started here with our today's edition of the Rindle Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Rindle Report with Paul Rindle.
Hi, Paul.
All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Rindle Report
Hey, Paul, how you doing? Okay, how are you?
on 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a
All right.
All right.
All right.
How nice is it for you to do the Rindle report without, him here?
Just constantly just rolling his eyes.
Either rolling his eyes. So he has different modes during the Rindle report. He hijacks it entirely with golf or NBA talk.
Right.
He ignores it completely and texts on his phone. Or he just doesn't pay attention at all and just zones right out and goes through you.
He's just waiting on the next line.
He's waiting on the next liner to read.
Ben and Woods broadcasting live from the Bill
Like he
House
never
Studios.
left.
We know how.
Yeah, it's nice. And he hates the Rindle report, as he's made very clear. For those that can endure the Rindle report, we'll have X waiting for you on the other
these next 12 minutes. Yeah. If you thought the quality of audio was bad with Stammen, we've got the Rindle report now.
Katrina says, isn't Woods now hijacking about Ben's hijacking? That's a very good point.
A little bit.
But I'm willing to stretch this thing out.
It doesn't bother me when you do it, though.
I'm willing to stretch out for the next 57 minutes if you want it. We got Clark coming in. He'll do it.
100%.
He'll do it. All right.
Well, we'll get started here. It's the story that won't go away.
Is it? Are you going to do this?
Yeah, I think so.
I think you have to.
I think so. I mean,
when I think I'm done.
I can't do the updates every day. And believe me, there are updates almost every single day.
What is happening?
The Diana Rossini, Mike Vrabel story. It's getting absolutely ridiculous. Like every day that passes now, I'm like, now what's going to happen? Like it's like the best reality TV show I've seen in a long time. The latest, I guess, wrinkle to this would be that TMZ yesterday put out a video, and there's been the story of the rented boat in Tennessee where he was coaching the Titans, and Diana Rossini and Mike Vrabel, they had to sign waivers. They rented a boat, like a paddle boat, to go out on a lake for a few hours. And they signed like their, legal names and everything. The employees at the dock apparently decided, hey, now that this is a story, we're going to go ahead and cash this in. They asked that no pictures would be posted at the time. There was a video of them walking down the dock to the boat, and just the 2 of them. I'm just speculating. She looks to be about 8 months pregnant. She gave birth in early August of that year, and these photos were taken like mid to late July. And it's just it's getting to the point where I firmly believe the conspiracy theories that the NFL and Kraft in particular have been trying to bury this story and hide it. And I think it's to the point now, it's tabloid news. It's not just online and sports people. This has become like tabloid news. I don't know that actually Mike Vrabel makes it out of this one. I think it's going to get to the point where he's going to have to step down.
Every day a story comes out and I go, well, it can't possibly be any weirder than it already is. And then I see that yesterday and I see them on that boat dock and I see her. She is 7 months pregnant at the time, by the way,
7.
Confirmed. And I think to myself, all right, if you guys are having an affair, she's pregnant, allegedly with her husband's child. You're going to go do that with a pregnant woman that's married to someone else? Now, I was talking to my wife about it last night, and I go, I think the best thing for them at this point is just to be together.
Mm-hmm.
Just to say, yeah, we've been together for 6 years and we're together. And that's where we are. We're going to raise. The thing is, they're going to DNA test. Like, if you're the husband, if you're her husband,
dude,
what do you do?
I don't know. Like, I mean, you start asking, like, bro, did you have any like inkling of anything going on for 6 years?
Guys, it's so nuts.
I was listening. Yes, I think it was yesterday. I think it was the show before us, and they were talking about this. And the guy made a really good point. Drake Tolles, maybe. He made a really good point where he goes, it is so easy for all of us. He goes, myself included, to be like, you got to DNA test those kids. You got to find out if they're actually yours. But to actually do it is to be in that position. Dude. Can you imagine? You're like, this is my son. I've raised this kid for 5 years or whatever, however old he is. And then to even have to like wonder, do I need to do a test to make sure that that's my son? That's horrible.
What a horrible feeling.
I feel so bad for her husband and his wife and their families who are.
It's terrible.
I mean, those kids forever now are going to be the kids from the center of this scandal.
It's terrible. Just if you're going to do it, you should have done it years ago and just ripped off the Band-Aid and just be together.
Yeah.
Just be together. That's the least offensive part. Like, if that's what ends up happening, so be it. So be it. You know,
I wonder how that would have played
worse.
out, because part of this is, there are some people that are like, hey, people have affairs all the time. Why is this such a big deal? And then you go, well, look, the NFL's involved because, I mean, I've seen a lot of
it's the Patriots head coach.
A lot of things have lined up that don't look good for both of them. In that, like, did you read the stuff about like the Julio Jones trade, where she put out a story in The Athletic saying there was a report that the Falcons had been offered a number 1 pick for Julio Jones, which never actually happened because then Mike Vrabel's team acquired him for like a 5th round pick. And you're like, dude, if she's manipulating trade markets and stuff to try to help out this guy, that would not be good at all. So like, if they were to just be like, yeah, we're together, can you have an NFL head coach and a lead NFL journalist
she's not going to be.
Like, no, if they would have done this like 3 years ago, if they would have come out, I don't know how that works either.
I don't know. I really don't know either. It's just gnarly. And every day gets next. They're going to find they actually went to the moon together. They were astronauts. Here's them on a rocket ship to the moon. Nothing is going to surprise me anymore. And again, people are saying in the chat too, like, if you take her to rent a boat when she's 7 months pregnant, that's your kid.
I think so too.
That's your kid. You're checking on mom and baby. And that's
the baby moon.
The baby moon.
Yeah. Little trip for the pregnancy.
I wonder if I have to do another one if it all works out.
Baby moon?
Yeah.
Did you do one for Bo and Taylor?
I don't remember. I really don't. I don't think we did.
All right.
I don't think we did.
Maybe for number 3, Hannah needs a really big baby moon then to make up for the other 2.
Maybe you zip your lip because that's baseball cards I can't buy. Maybe we just rent a boat for a few hours and drive around Coronado and look for Craig Stammen on his cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's such a wild story.
Like, I fully expect something else to come out later today or over the weekend. But yeah, for now, that's where we stand.
Do you see the burner account potentially? That
Vrabel's burner?
There's a Vrabel burner account that people are saying was him. And I
think my whole point of all of this is like they're trying so hard to shove this under the rug. And it's to the point now where I don't think they can. I don't know that Vrabel's just going to be able to be like, yeah, we're not talking about that anymore, especially if more stuff continues to come out. There's a non-zero chance that he has to step down as coach of the Patriots.
Crazy.
This has become insane.
It's crazy.
All right, we'll move on. This is also insane. We got the World Cup coming up before too long here, and saw this story on ESPN that if you would like tickets to the finals,
Okay.
Oh my God.
Know a lot of soccer fans.
July 19th at MetLife Stadium in Jersey. FIFA has tripled the price of the best available tickets. Now, just not get in the door. These are the best available. You're looking at about $33,000 a seat.
Nice.
To go to the FIFA World Cup final.
And you know, obviously there's no way to determine who's going to be in it right now.
You have no idea.
You have no idea.
I mean, you could expect your team, hey, we're the number one team in the tournament. We absolutely should be there. And you buy your tickets hoping you'll see them there.
Not
but
guarantee. I think
you never know.
That is the kind of event, though, to be fair, that I was at the World Cup final. Doesn't really matter who's playing. Like the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You got Super Bowl tickets. I'm there. Right. So I think that's one of those events, one of those signature events. $33K.
Yeah. It says here there's a semifinal match at Jerry World in Dallas, here in Dallas. That's on July 14th. And tickets for that were listed at like $11,000 for the most expensive tier, then down to $3,000 a seat, $2,700 a seat.
I mean, even that, imagine paying $2,700 for a seat.
Yeah. You assume you're buying two, right?
Right.
At least
$2,700, and that's the lower tier, and that's not not the lower level, the lower tier ticket you can buy on the upper tier. Man,
lower, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lower tier ticket
higher
in the upper level
seat. Like physically, you're higher. Yeah.
Oh, it's so nuts, man!
That's crazy, man. That is so much money. Don't Super Bowl tickets like they're?
Didn't they?
I don't want to say they're affordable, but they're not like $34,000.
They tripled, right? FIFA tripled them.
Yeah.
Very cool, guys. Everywhere you turn right now,
everything is like double and triple.
Everything you do.
I saw a movie theater, a ticket to a movie. Now it was IMAX and all that.
Yeah, the fancy.
It was like $49 after fees and everything. And somebody posted and goes, "What happened? Like what happened?
Where did this go wrong, man?" Because everywhere I go now, my gas is through the roof. Everything is like, hey, we're adding an upcharge. PSA, our beloved, that we get our cards graded through. It's like, yeah, we're going to upcharge this and that. And it's just everywhere you turn, the consumer is just getting pounded at every turn.
Yeah.
Tripling prices. It's insane.
Everything's going up, man. All right. And then finally, we will wrap it up. We used to talk about this show a lot more, and we kind of fell off a little bit. Where are you at on The Bear? Are you all caught up?
Love The Bear.
Everything?
Caught up, yeah.
Well, I got good news for you. Season 5 has been confirmed by FX, and it's going to be the last.
Okay.
The final season of The Bear. It's going to premiere on Thursday, June 25th at 9 p.m. Eastern. Says here, season 5 resumes on the morning after Sydney, Richie, and Natalie discover that Carmi has left the food industry.
It's always billed as a comedy, which it's not.
Right. A really, dark comedy, I guess.
It's really nothing funny.
But it's not very funny at all.
I've rarely laughed out loud.
Cousin Richie would have moments where he acts funny, but it's all very serious stuff. I had to step away from that show temporarily, and I forgot to kind of go back to it. Started a few other shows.
You're not the only one, man. There's people in the chat. K-Laws, Purple said it was entirely too stressful.
Yeah.
For me. So they're
the first 2 seasons that I saw each episode was stressful, but I was able to get through it. I think it was either season 3 or season 4, probably midway through. One of the main characters you could start to see that a family member was not going to make it probably. And I go, you know what? I think like our dog had just died. I was like, I'm pretty sad already. I'm going to just take a pause on this. And I haven't gotten back to it, but I plan to finish off the show.
There's a 1-hour prequel. It's currently airing on FX, and it's called Gary. And it's with cousin
Richie,
and John Barenthal, who was, what's the name of his character? He was the brother.
Yeah.
He was the brother that passed
so
away.
Good.
And he's so good. So it's them, Mikey, them driving to Gary, Indiana. And I've made it about halfway through, and I fell asleep. But
came out of like nowhere.
Yeah,
like
came out of nowhere.
Hulu. They just said, "Hey, by the way, here you go."
Hour-long prequel. So it's on Hulu right now. I've been watching Half Man on HBO Max. Strap in for a ride. It's from the creator and actor of Baby Reindeer.
Yes. Okay, I saw that.
And yes, it is something else, dude. Super intense.
Similar style to Baby Reindeer. Like it's obviously the same guy.
Different subject
totally
matter.
Different storyline.
Yep.
Okay. Baby Reindeer. I liked the storyline was good, but fascinating. But it was how it was filmed too. Was really, really well done.
Richard Gadd.
Yeah.
Is brilliant. And
he's like he stars and directs.
Correct. And he wrote it. He's sick and twisted in the head, man. I mean, it's a tough watch. It's not an easy watch. It's not Eastbound and Down. You know what I mean? Like it is.
Baby Reindeer, if you haven't seen it, that came out probably 2 years ago, and it's about a comedian, but there's really nothing funny about it
Not a damn
because
thing.
it's a stalker. It has to do with a stalker. It's riveting. I could not turn it away.
He's brilliant. I mean, there's no other way to look at it. He's brilliant, but he is extremely, extremely twisted. All right, we will take a break right now. We got a in-studio guest. He has just arrived, Clark Farrenholt from Mad Friars. And he also does a podcast with Ryan Cohen. Clark is a very, very smart dude. Very excited to talk some Padres prospects with him. But first, can't let you go on a Friday without telling you about all the goodness that is EcoWater SoCal.
So goddamn drunk.
I do. You know I do. We've got it in our home. And the MVP of our house, as it were. My little cats jump up. They want to drink right out of the sink every single night. My kids love it. I love it. My wife loves it. These guys have been consummate professionals. They've been doing this for so long, too, since 1925. Over a century of perfecting the soft life. They'll come out. They'll do a free in-home water test to show you exactly what's going on in your pipes right now. If you've never had the EcoWater SoCal system, trust me, your pipes aren't looking good right now. No guesswork, just facts. Their new systems also phenomenal technology, smart leak monitoring, and a whole home shutoff with financing up to 84 months. Total no-brainer, guys. We live this every single day in our home. Your home deserves a win, too. 760-350-3338, 760-350-3338, or go to EcoWaterSoCal.com. You can taste the difference. You can feel the difference. Tell them Woodsy sent you. Not everything in life should be hard, especially your water, keeping it soft since 1925.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort. Now open.
Welcome back, Ben and Woods. 97.3 The Fan. Got a couple of segments left here on a Friday. Been a good show today, Paulie. I thought it was much smoother than the last one, other than Craig Stammen's phone.
Yeah,
everything else has been fun, easy, had a blast.
It's been a fun one.
Yeah, it has. And hopefully the Tier 1s enjoyed it as well. Excited for our next guest, Clark Farrenhold. He is a Padres minor league insider for Mad Friars. And for who else?
Are now writing with MLB Pipeline and MLB.com as a social and editorial producer. Just started it up a couple weeks ago, getting into the swing of things, but it's been a boatload of fun so far.
So doing, 17, 18-hour days?
Yeah, a little bit something like that. But again, when you're sort of watching baseball and, monitoring the minor leagues, it's really not that bad of a gig. You can kind of go ahead and lay your head on the pillow and be like, this was a lot of fun.
People do get mad when we complain about this gig at times. They're like, what are you talking baseball, talking, fart games and stuff. And like, you're really going to complain? You're right. You're right. At the end of the day, like, you have to be grateful for what you have. And like, you're watching baseball and that's what you love to cover. And so you're covering prospects from every team.
Yes. So it's it depends on the night. Sometimes we'll get an assignment where it's, hey, you have these 5 or 6 organizations, you monitor the guys that are in there, or it's sort of one of those things where it's like, hey, just watch everything that's going on. If you see anything happen, go ahead and shout it out and then start clipping things together. Or at the end of the night, kind of come together with who they want you to write on and you go from there. So it's fluid, but it's a lot of fun.
Now, this is potentially lucrative for Paulie and I. I don't know. It doesn't. Like if you were a stockbroker and you're like, hey, check out blank, you could get in trouble for that. I don't think you can get in trouble for saying, hey, I like this prospect.
I don't know if there's an IRS form of cards or anything like that, that are going to go ahead and, bust your guys' door down or anything. So we'll see. But no, I don't think there's anything like that for sure.
Yeah, I think we can probably get through this okay.
So we're looped in with a prospect expert.
Insider trading.
Insider trading, which is exactly what you need.
No,
honestly.
it's always nice to have a guy on the inside.
100%.
It helps out always.
Well, let's start with the big club here, the San Diego Padres, the 22-15 San Diego Padres. We've talked, a lot this season about we've had some luck bounce their way, not performing offensively, but they haven't performed offensively in years, seemingly. What kind of are you seeing when you watch this team? Are you enjoying watching the Padres? Because I am. I'm still enjoying watching them. I like seeing the guys. I would love to see Manny hit more home runs. I'd love to see Fernando hit a home run. I would love to see Jackson tearing the cover off the ball. It hasn't been the case. They should be 15-22. They're 22-15. I'm trying to find a lot of happiness in that.
Yeah, look, I think I won't be one who complains about winning, I think, at any point. I do agree, though, yes. I think watching the offense, especially early in the game, has been frustrating throughout the season. They've been one of the better, if not one of the best high-leverage teams in baseball when it comes to, hey, you're in the seventh inning, you're either trailing by 1 or 2. They've been fantastic in those spots. If you look at the batted ball data, they're not pulling the ball in the air enough. You'd like to see that a little bit more. I think, though, hard hit rate rise. I think that's been the sort of trigger word early on here. They've done an exceptional job at that.
Big player last night on the ESPN broadcast. They were huge into the hard hit rate of Fernando Tatis Jr.
Yeah, and I think overall the bullpen on the back end on that side maybe hasn't been as strong stranglehold as maybe you would have thought it would have been coming into the season. That said, I still think they've been one of the best units in baseball. Starting pitching, I will say, for guys like Walker Buehler and Germán Marquez, now they both had clunkers in there for sure at some point or another, but I think they've done a good job of keeping you afloat in games of which they start. Specifically, I feel like Buehler more than anything else. And I think the offense has done a good enough job in those games of which they start in providing sort of the run support that they need. So I sort of come into the mindset that if San Diego gets 5 innings of ball from Walker Buehler or Germán Marquez or Matt Waldron, and they hold them to 4 or 5 runs in their start, that's realistically a game I feel like you should win 80% of the time. And I'd have to go back and check the numbers, but I feel like they've done a pretty good job on that end. I think, last night, Michael King looked the best that he had all season.
Phenomenal.
The sweeper had really good horizontal movement on it. The changeup, I know Alec Burleson got him, but really I think that was his best start of the season. So I think that's a building block moving forward. But yeah, I think it's fair to have frustrations with how the offense has kind of looked, especially early in games. But I still think stars at some point are going to be stars. That has to happen. There's only so many times you can hit a ball hard without things happening. And I know at this point we're at beyond a month sample size, but I'm still a believer that Fernando will figure it out, that Jackson will turn the Jets on. And, even for Manny, who had spent a slower start, I still feel like that's going to kick up for him at some point.
Yeah, watching Manny, it's funny, man. Manny was my favorite player, and I don't even think I've mentioned his name 3 times this season, right? Like, I'm certainly not defending him on Twitter. There's nothing to defend. Defense has been pretty good. You still feel pretty comfortable when they hit it down there. He'll boot one from time to time, though. And with him, though, I think, I watched that AB last night. I'm like, that's a damn good AB, man. It's an 8-pitch walk. It's 8 pitches. The guy behind you got to see, and you earned your way on base. He has been doing that a little bit better. There's little tiny bright spots in each of these guys and what they're doing. And that gives me hope that they will bust out of it at some point. I want to talk about the bullpen too. Again, we love to before the season go, well, I mean, obviously everybody's going to do exactly what they did and better last year. Mason Miller's the only one that's done that really. Morahone, I still, again, a guy that when they put him in, I'm like, oh, good.
Yeah.
Like he's in. I love that. I know he's got it in him to be great. We saw it last year. Anybody in the bullpen surprising you right now?
Yeah, surprising. Let me just kind of go through that.
Good or bad?
Good or bad. I don't think surprised because I saw it so much in the minors. I think you saw it last year too. Bradley Rodriguez, I know he gave up the run last night, but he's been, I think, fantastic. He's minimized hard contact. I mean, you saw it in the opening start that he had against San Francisco. It was about 6 or 7 pitches total on that.
Yep.
Still a rookie.
Right. I still don't think he has surrendered a barrel this season, I want to say. That ball that Jordan Walker hit last night, I don't think would have registered. It was hard hit. It was 96.5.
Yeah, I thought that was going out.
I kind of did too. It was hooking the way that it was, and the fans kind of in the left field corner looking up at it. But I think he's been a even more pleasant surprise. I think he can continue to see more high leverage innings as the year sort of rolls along. I think Estrada, That's been sort of the name. Obviously, early on, the velocity was down. It's good to see the velocity was back up a little bit, seeing more 96, 97.
Where does he need to be to where you're 100% comfortable? Is it 98, 99?
I think Estrada needs to be around that 97, 98. Again, the fastball has had exceptional ride the entire time he's been up. You see the 18, 19, 20 inches of induced vertical break. But I think he needs to be sort of up that number, because even with good ride, if you're sitting 96, 95, or 94 like he was beforehand, before going on the IL, balls with ride are going to generate fly balls. And if you're not throwing it hard enough, fly balls turn into home runs.
That's right.
So that's sort of the worry with that. I think also, too, it was encouraging in the last couple outings that he's had, specifically, I know against the one against San Francisco, the split finger, that was dancing a little bit more. He was getting it in the zone, which I think was a good thing, because he needs that second competitive pitch really to be in there to be effective, even with a A-plus fastball when it's at that velocity that we were talking about.
Yeah, no doubt. We're joined by Clark Farenthold. He is a writer for Mad Friars, MLB.com.
Yes.
Yep, and covering... He's really good, man. Obviously, he knows what he's talking about more so than the two guys sitting in here. That's for sure. I love having him in because it always makes me feel dumb, but I don't care about
Fine by that.
I am absolutely fine with it. Let's talk some prospects, man, because every single freaking year, man, you go to Twitter, you're like, ha ha, Padres emptied their farm. They've got nobody. They're going to be terrible. And about 3 weeks into the season, you start saying, oh, who's this guy? Who's this dude throwing 98?
Mm-hmm.
Who's this guy that's, playing ridiculous shortstop and Jorge Quintana? And, who's Ethan Salas. I remember him ripping the cover off the ball.
Duran.
Yeah, Ryan Weideman just out of nowhere. Like, all of these guys are getting some national publicity, not just from the local homers like us and guys like you that watch them all the time. National stuff, Baseball America's list, hottest prospects in baseball. Here we go again, AJ Preller.
Yeah. Look, I think there's been some really encouraging starts to the year for several guys throughout the organization. I think I would be remiss if we didn't talk about or bring up Ethan Salas first.
100%.
I think Ethan, for me, on a personal level, I'm just happy for him.
Us too.
I think for a lot of people, I'm sure throughout the organization, that is the mindset. He, from my understanding, during all of last season when he was hurt, watched a ton of film, was tracking balls, clearly came into spring training, seemed very confident in the work that was put in, and he's just taken off. And I think it's a great reminder, too, that player development isn't linear.
Right.
Like there is no point A to point B. It sometimes takes time. It sometimes just takes things for it to click. And for Salas, that's happened so far, right?
Well, and the not having a broken back anymore certainly helps.
Shocking.
Right.
That helps. That does seem to help. But he's sporting an 18% barrel rate right now at AA. The other day, he recorded his new max exit velocity at 112. 112. And
that's what big boy stuff.
To put that into context, I mean, I think Freddie Fermin's hardest hit ball as a catcher is 108. He's already had a couple 110s. Now he's at 112. Along with that, his hard hit rate's up to 52% right now, which when he was in Fort Wayne, the last time you saw him a full season was around 33%.
We said barrel rate was 18%?
18% right
Where
now.
are guys typically at that level?
Not there. I think to pull exactly where guys are at AA, the number, he's probably a couple of standard deviations ahead, especially at his age from where he's at as a 19-year-old. So the fact that he's hovering around that number, making as loud of contact that he is, it's really cool to see, and it's a great development for San Diego as an organization.
Well, surely with all of that offensive output, his defense has certainly suffered in the minor leagues, right? No, I mean, I'm seeing this guy. I'm seeing this guy look like a total stud, like a total package. And again, it's early and it's smallish sample size, but he's on the track.
No, it's never been a question with Ethan about the defensive side, and you can see how much he commands a staff, his understanding, ability to cut down base runners, his blocking, his framing. I know some stuff people say, hey, it's not as important frame anymore, but you only get 2 challenges a game.
That's right.
He's going to pull in strikes and he'll make umpires think, and that's going to play to an advantage no matter what. I even think unless they start going to you get 10 challenges a game, you only get 2 right now. So it's still going to play a factor. So now that you're combining very good batted ball data, which again, I think the last time we talked, I sort of brought that up. Going the last 2 seasons, even with the injury, he's sporting around an 86% in-zone contact rate. He's around 85 right now. So he's combined now good bat-to-ball skills with batted ball data that shows, okay, he can be a plus hitter, it seems like.
The real deal, man. Talking to Clark Farrenhold here. He's a writer for Mad Friars and MLB.com. And Clark, give us a couple other names. And now, the one thing we always ask our Mad Friars guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Campy goes down.
Yeah.
No problem. Rodolfo Duran comes up.
Yeah.
Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Got some high praise from Michael King. The next guy goes down, an outfielder. Cassidy pulls up with a hammy.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anybody down that is ready to make that jump now?
Yeah, I think if you were to have an outfielder get hurt, that'd probably be Jace Bowen. We saw him a lot, obviously, in the spring. He's another guy who the batted ball data was great in spring training and has stayed really solid with El Paso.
He is a guy, too, that left the Pirates organization because he hated the organization. He goes, I signed here as a minor league free agent because I wanted to go to a winning organization and a winning culture. And he's delivering, right? I think he hit his 8th bomb last night.
Yeah.
What's he like as a player?
Yeah, look, Bowen is a favorite word of scouts and myself, toolsy. He's very toolsy.
Yeah.
I think that's what pops up. He's a good runner, a good defender in center field. The bat has plenty of power, plenty of pop. I want to say max EV might be, I think it's 113 or something like that this season. He definitely can step on. I think it was 114.6 in the spring.
That's pretty good.
And now people can say it's a PCL, it's El Paso, but that's going to translate probably to the majors as well. The thing is with Bowen, at least on the hitting side, that would be the concern is that for all the hard hits, all the barrels that you can get, there is a fair amount of chase and swing and miss.
Sure.
I think the last time I had checked, the K rate was above 30%. I want to say the chase rate was pretty well below league average in the terms of standards.
So is Murakami's at this point, right?
Yeah,
I mean, so like you take the good with the bad.
Yeah, you'll take the good with the bad, but he's someone who I think based off the defense and the tools and what you can see at the bat and just at the plate, he's someone who I think, if you had someone get injured, you would feel comfortable with putting Jace Bowen up there because I think he's shown you enough in the spring and also now shown you enough in El Paso with AAA.
Now, what about arms? What about arms in the minor leagues? I know you you're high on Tucker Musgrove.
Tucker Musgrove
seen that a lot. I know our buddy Tommy was tweeting about a kid last night, Johan Moreno. First time Tommy says the first time I've heard of him was touching 98 with a nice breaking ball, struck out 4 in a row. They develop these guys, and these guys come up and show up out of nowhere.
No, Moreno's a guy who, he's had some standout showing so far in San Antonio. He made some appearances last year at the Arizona Fall League. He was out there. The fastball, sinker can really stand out. But the thing is, too, is a breaking ball sort of the bread and butter. I think that's sort of honestly his best pitch. His development has been nice for the organization. He's someone else who gives you, again, more of that bullpen depth if you need it. I don't know if he'd be the first name that they draw on. You have the Garrett Hawkins of the world.
Yeah, Velo's back up for him.
Velo's back up. He was around 95 last time. Again, he's very over the top, so you're going to see those 20, 21 inches of induced vertical break. David Morgan, I still really like.
Yep.
Obviously, I think it was a question of command, wasn't zoning pitches enough. Fastball, sinker, curveball, slider, still a really good pitch mix. I think for him, it's just refining things right now down there with El Paso. But yeah, Hawkins has been someone for sure. Moreno, someone. Musgrove, you touched on him there a second. I had a chance to see him in Fort Wayne when I was out there at Summit City. Again, a guy with tons of arm talent. What's going to pop off the page is going to be, the 97 to 99 mile an hour fastball or sinker, whatever he wants to throw. He comes from a really sort of flat vertical approach angles they talk about. So not only is the pitch getting good ride out of his hand, but because wherever it's coming out of, it's going to continue to feel like it has even more rise on it. So the key with him is just finding the zone more. And he's done that a little bit better of a job his last couple outings. He's someone who I think if he can find the zone, the stuff is good enough, he could be a fast accelerator through the system. He's also a card collector guy himself.
He's a card guy?
He's a card guy. He loves to pull cards. He's one of those guys that
He's
loves
one
to
of
do
us.
it. So there you go.
He is one of such good stuff, Clark, man. Thanks. You want to hang out for the last segment?
Real quick, I want to ask you about, just quickly before we go to the break, 2 guys that we expect on the big league roster. Well, we're going to see one of them tonight. What did you learn from Griffin Canning's debut last week and what you saw with him as he was ramping up, and any updates on Giolito?
Yeah, so with Giolito, last time that I'd seen him pitch, which was just the other day in San Antonio, did get hit hard. The fastball was sitting around 91 to 93. I think that's a case, though, this is still maybe a little bit of his spring training. He's still trying to build up. I don't know if guys are necessarily going to go out there and immediately start trying to just pump max velocities that they can when they're still rehabbing and everything. Along with that, You said it would remind me the second name you said with Griffin Canning.
Yeah.
Look, I think Canning, that was a really encouraging outing. I think when he was in AAA, the stuff had looked good. Again, you kind of have to take everything with a grain of salt when he's making a home start in El Paso, just because you're going to have effects of the elevation. But the changeup is a legit offering. I mean, anytime you're throwing like a 91, 92 mile an hour changeup and it's getting around, 18, 19 inches of horizontal break,
nasty.
I think that's a really plus pitch to throw. The sweepers, the slight breaking ball, I should say, is nice. The fastball is a really solid offering. Again, if he's zoning stuff, the stuff is good enough for him to be able to be a really effective, I think, 3 or 4 starter for you guys.
Sure.
Nice. Give innings.
Hell yeah.
All right. Good stuff, man. We will be back. Ben and Woods, final segment of a Friday. And we can ask him about, Weideman, Schoolcraft. There's people in the chat weighing in. We'll finish up with Clark. Spin the topic wheel a couple times. Get out of here. All right. Be right back. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. He just, here, I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
it's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee hurts.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort. Now open.
Welcome back to Ben and Woods. Stephen Woods is
We back
in the studio here.
Sorry, I was talking to Frankie out there. Both talking about how tired we are.
Oh, it's been a long week.
Been a long ass week this week, man. Holy cow! Clark Fahrenholt is in studio. Got
even though he's in studio, he does technically join us on the SDCCU fan hotline.
There you go.
All guests on Ben and Woods appear on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking, it's better.
All right, quickly, Cruz Schoolcraft. Yes. I'm just going to throw names at it.
Yes.
You tell us good,
just
bad.
paint all over.
You
Yeah.
buy, sell.
Yeah, look, so with Schoolcraft, I think even when I saw him out in spring training, there was some really good stuff. I saw him throw a sim game against the Rangers, looked really dominant. Start of the season hasn't been probably what he would have liked. He didn't make it out of the first inning in his first appearance. I think right now he's sporting around a 21% walk rate. Finding the zone has been an issue for him. The fastball is still sitting around 94, 96. I will say, I think for myself, the sweeper looks like it's getting closer to more of an average offering, which was the concern when we talked last time. Like, hey, is that development of that breaking ball going to come along? It's seeing closer to, 15, 16 inches of horizontal. If he can get a little bit better of a feel for that, just across the board in command, I think he can, hopefully get things back on the right track. But yeah, it's been a little bit of a slow
19?
Yeah, he's a young guy. So
young
again,
dude.
it's a prep arm. That this is going to be part of the territory for it. Obviously, you would hope he'd look a little bit better here early on. But yeah, its command has been the big bugaboo at this point for sure.
Yeah, which is the case for most young pitchers.
Yes.
Very rarely that it's not. Clark, great job, dude. You're so knowledgeable. We really appreciate you hanging out. We're going to end our week as we always do. We're going to check traffic first, and then we are going to spin the topic wheel, and we're going to get out of here on a Friday.
All right, let's see what the topic wheel has
what does
for
it
us
have for
today.
us? Spicy?
Topical. With Benny not here, what's a travel mistake you always make?
Ooh, overpacking.
Overpacking.
Every time I go. Everywhere I go, I'm if I go away for one night, I'm a chronic overpacker. And I don't mean clothes, guys. I mean, like if I'm going to, for example, I'm going to go see a concert at Pappy and Harriet's in a few weeks. I'm just going out during the day and I'm coming back the next morning. I will pack my massage gun. I will pack my iPad. I will pack I'm like a Boy Scout. I have so much stuff. I will pack a roll of toilet paper because I do not like hotel toilet paper.
That's a smart move.
It is a smart move. Sometimes I'll even bring a pillow, and 90% of the time I forget it.
I've done that before.
But
and
when I'm on a drive and I'm packing, I am such a chronic overpacker. So that's my number one travel mistake I make every time. Also at the airport, way too early every single time.
Okay. I can get behind on the airport way too early.
Yep.
I will get there probably about an hour and a half. I will say the one thing I'm very bad at, I forget a toothbrush everywhere.
Yes.
I forget a toothbrush.
I've done that too.
When I was on my vacation last year in Ireland, I successfully bought and forgot 3 separate toothbrushes. When I was going to every little small market like, hey, I need a toothbrush. So that sort of became the running joke among my family for the time that I was just forgetting one after another.
At every hotel you would stay at,
so
you just leave it behind.
Yeah, I just don't know how it didn't click in my brain after, maybe the first one to say, hey, let's go ahead and hold on to that thing, put it somewhere safe. But yeah, that's definitely, I would say maybe for me, forgetting the toothbrush is a bad sense.
Yeah, there's always a toiletry or something that
always.
I forget. Have to go make a trip, whether it's to the grocery store or if you just got to run down to the sundry part of the hotel. Yeah, I think that one's always charger. Always forget a charger or too many, not enough chargers. Everything is USB-C now, but if you only have one USB-C and you got an iPad and a phone and a smartwatch and all that crap,
it's a lot, man, to travel these days. There's a lot you have to remember to take, and I'm terrible. Like I am I got everything lined up. But the good news is when I get somewhere, I kind of got everything I need. Yeah. Now it's hard keeping track of it and getting it all to fit, but once I'm there, I'm there. Like I got everything I need. And yeah, my calves hurting. No worries. I brought my massage gun with me on this 1-day trip to massage my calves.
Wait, do we go massage gun in the backpack, or do we actually put it
in the suitcase?
Okay, suitcase.
Yeah, suitcase and a backpack full. I mean, if we go to LA for the night, right? It's just like
has to come with.
I take everything with me.
Megan's in the chat. She goes, Paul always yells, "We have money. We can buy it," when I can't get out the door because she will overpack. I'm like, hey, we got to go. We got to go. The Uber's here. Like, we got to go. She's like, did I remember my charger? I'm like, whatever. We'll buy a new one. We got to go. Let's go.
Get there.
$12. I'll buy another one. I don't care.
Yep. No, that's my, that is my, Paulie, they want to know what happened to your Vegas trip. You're going when are you leaving?
We're looking at a summer trip here, probably in July.
I thought that was booked.
No, we got to decide which hotel. I have comps. I got to decide which.
Did you guys see?
I want to use.
They have shut down Prim.
Yeah.
Prim, Nevada doesn't exist. Have you been to Prim?
I have not been to Prim.
Have you been to Vegas?
I have been to Vegas.
So you drive to Vegas?
Drive to Vegas. You've been through Prim.
Okay, I've been through Prim.
Yep.
It's been dark when I've driven to Vegas.
Nevada
first
city
Nevada
right
city
on the border.
Those old casinos, Shotgun Sam's or Willie's or Buffalo Bills. It's gone. They're done.
What a shame.
They're shutting it down. And it's like it's like the end of an era with Prim shutting down.
Yeah.
Now, I always found it very creepy. Ben is the only human being that I know that has actually stayed in Prim.
Really?
He stayed in Prim with his buddy one night. And I'm like, dummy, Vegas is right there. There's everything you need. It's like 20 minutes away. And he's like, yeah, we wanted to stay in Prim. I don't know why you would. Cheap.
Fun fact for him.
It was cheap. I think he said I'm not kidding. I think he said his room was $4.
That's going to be just a weird ghost town now
so
in the desert.
Wild, right? So strange. But yeah, I've been meaning to bring that up all week. Prim is no more. So shout out to its family. Clark, thank you so much for coming in. Great stuff.
Appreciate
dude.
you guys
Very
having me.
knowledgeable.
Thank you.
Should actually probably take my seat on this show. He knows so much more about this team
I
than
don't know
I
about
do.
that. I think that's a little bit far of an overreach for sure.
Thank you, Paulie.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Great work. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend. Happy Mother's Day, mothers. Love you so. Bye-bye.